Alright, I think the stream is up, and by stream I mean like the private stream. Nobody can see us.
I can see us.
Do you have a link?
I had no.
Oh.
I just meant my right now.
I was gonna say, if you want it, that should be it.
No, I don't need that. It was a lot of fun going back and rewatching and listening, though. It's like I said, it's weird to watch yourself. You pick up on things that you miss in the moment.
I'm sure.
So,
Things you'd like to forget.
Yeah, I'm ready to go whenever, Jace.
I have the recap then, whenever y'all are ready for it.
Go for it.
I can hear you. I'm just gonna take a step out.
Do we have Justin?
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Okay. All right then, everybody. Hold on to your butts, because I have it coming into the audio channel in just a hot second here. Right,
So turn up the audio channel again. It's gonna go in Rhythm Bot, right?
Yes, I'm about to skip over to it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Exciting.
Oh, do we have a good one for you tonight, folks? Last time on Ironfang Invasion, Elwood is captured by the Legion and sentenced to fight to the death in an arena.
you are surrounded by many hobgoblins, and in front of you, that you can barely see in the darkness, is Kurgri, her weapons drawn.
There are tears still in his eyes. He feels the warmth of Yomadai. And whether or not he should, he feels forgiven. And he strikes once across her chest, and as she's knocked off balance without missing a beat, he steps forward, leaning into the strike, and comes back through, felling her and ripping her apart as she crumbles and collapses before him, dead.
I had a feeling she was useless. I'll finish you myself.
You have all secured yourself an early death. If not by my hand, then Amathi will lick their wounds, and they will strike back. This will be your grave error. He readies.
You take 42 points of damage as this guy's offhand dagger plunges right into your neck. He tosses your body to the ground, looks at all the hobgoblins around him, and says,
Get back to work.
Our remaining heroes and the survivors of Phaendar flee to Fangwood Forest, exhausted and broken-hearted.
Nyari comes down off of her rage and is immediately struck with like such a heavy fatigue as tears just involuntarily begin streaming down her face, and she's immediately transported back to a memory. Her mother sits behind her on a wooden cot, and she's braiding her hair, and she says, "You will always feel fear, Steer Nellis. It is what you do with your fear that defines you. Courage is not being unafraid. Courage is being scared to death and moving forward regardless."
So Orin, much the same, finds a nice rock, big boulder to just sit down next to. He carries a little book with him that has the hammer and tongs symbol on it. Small area in the back where he takes notes, and he begins writing about Elwood, what he remembers. You know, he didn't know Elwood, but he just jots down a little bit about Elwood and begins taking notes on, you know, Phaendar and what transpired there and grievances to repay one day.
Theros walks away from the group a bit of a ways to find some time to himself, to hide the tears that are slowly making their way down his cheeks, as he too recalls a memory.
That's alright, don't be shy. Come on, come to me. Come here,
he says in a childlike voice, as Volus, a small bear cub, emerges from a little berry bush.
It's alright, we can share this,
he says, as he holds out a handful of berries to the small cub. Volus happily partakes in the small meal. Cuts back to Theros, quietly weeping next to the tree. As he says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my friend.
However, hope is not lost, as they awaken to a very welcome surprise.
Theros, you wake up, but that bond you feel with Volus is still there. And what's more is it feels stronger. Almost as if Volus is still alive. So within the first hour, he came to consciousness and started following your guys' scent into the forest.
Oh, good bear!
And throughout the night, he has eventually caught up to you guys. As you guys are all having these reactions, laughing and whatnot, saying Volus still alive, a strange, infectious optimism just pervades the camp.
Let us not forget the reason we are here tonight. Our brother Elwood gave his life so we could have this moment. Let this moment be the first in many, where we fight back. Cheers to Elwood.
Amidst the rekindling spirits, a new companion joins the company.
Oh there. Wasn't looking for any trouble.
Who
And he
are
looks
you?
around.
Who are you and why are you here? I've never seen your face before.
My grandfather, Father Nolan. Does he live?
I'm so sorry. He did not
Oh.
make it out with us.
It really is just me then. Auburn the Green, the ranger, former ranger. Does she live?
Aiden, I apologize that we couldn't get your grandfather out alive, but this is a time that we have to be strong. You've always wanted to prove yourself. You've always wanted to make a name for yourself. I think now is the time for you to... Now's your chance.
After meeting Aiden, our heroes determine their next course of action, to explore and search for supplies for their camp. The party traverses the deeply wooded area until they finally reach an abandoned farm. But this discovery comes with an unpleasant surprise. An angry swarm of bees attacks, and the group scatters, desperately searching for a means to fight back, as Theros attempts to burn them away with alchemist's fire. He falls to the swarm, but is shortly thereafter rescued by Orin, as Nyari draws away the attention of the vicious insects. Aiden hurls the party's final alchemist fire, and the swarm is finally dispersed. Our heroes gather whatever supplies they can scavenge and take shelter at the farm for the night. But what adventures await them the next day? Oh, we're about to find out.
Nice.
Yay!
I should just say when that started, I had Rhythm Bot's volume way too loud and it scared me so bad. So it'll be fun to see what my reaction was to that.
I was messing with the volume and rhythm, but I had it up to 100 at first, and then I too.
Yeah, it was like
I had to bring
booming.
it back. I was like, oh, that was a little too high to start. Oh
Whoops.
man, that was good though.
That was very good.
It's
Good stuff.
so good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well,
I'm disappointed you
Nothing-
didn't capture the part about the stairs. That was very important.
I thought that was plot relevant, actually.
Very plot relevant.
speaking of which, you all probably spent the night in the farmhouse, as that was the most suitable temporary shelter. It's not really a great shelter. The roof is barely holding up. Most of the places have holes in them and whatnot, but it's better than nothing. And you all wake up, probably huddled around the ornamental staircase. And if you haven't already, you can go ahead and gain your level plus your constitution modifier in hit points.
Wonder if the
So we're
rest button
level
works.
2 now, right?
You are level 2, so it's 2 plus your constitution modifier.
Ooh, I made it up to 10 hit points.
Oh, short announcement, by the way. Andrew did in fact get it right without even knowing. Aiden, it's Aiden, like the I, E-Y-E.
You said it during the session at one point.
Yeah. I have finalized that after revisiting the accent. That'll be how it's pronounced.
Said
Aiden.
our level plus constitution modifier.
Correct.
So I get 3 hit points back.
Yes.
I also got 3.
That's
We're gonna be just fine.
We'll live forever. I'm not worried. Are you worried? You shouldn't be.
and since
Oh, why
it's
is
another day, we can recharge any spells, correct?
Yep. All of your spells can be re-prepared for today.
Oh, it's a welcome
I think
boon.
you do have some healing means remaining. Some of you are still
Yes.
down quite a bit after the fight.
And remind me, 1 dex damage is not going to do anything mechanically, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
basically fine unless you take more dex damage for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just more
Good to know.
susceptible. It shouldn't do anything no matter where you are, odd or even. If you're actually at a higher odd, it would be 3 until you were mechanically affected.
That is not actually how it works.
Oh, really? How does it work?
As soon as you take an even number of the damage, you take a penalty.
Oh, I got you. So it's just not tracked. It's not tracked on a direct thing. I see.
Drain determines your score, in which case also an even number would cause a penalty.
Right.
Because even if you were at an odd number, 2 damage would put you at the next lower odd.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you all wake up. Nothing happened during the night. You scared the swarm off enough, killing several thousands of bees, and it looks like they have not decided to try to return. And you have the day before you.
So it's the next morning.
Yes, this would be the morning of the second day out in the forest, right? Yeah.
So would we have been able to just like, I mean, obviously we didn't do it at the end of the last session, but like channel energy last session?
Yeah, if you had any
The night
spare
before, I
uses
had
of stuff
3.
there, you could have. Yes, go ahead
Yeah.
and do all those if you'd like,
Okay,
because you'll just get them
so-
back anyways.
I was
Right,
also going to
exactly.
say, I would probably. I wonder if I had any. I was going to
So
consider
you guys
doing stuff.
Yeah, you can either
roll-
roll 3 separate d6 or just type in roll 3d6 and do it all in one
Okay.
command. It's the same thing either way.
slash roll. I'm just gonna do 3d6.
Sure.
3d6.
Fingers crossed for 14. Close.
Close.
enough.
Everybody
Okay.
regains 12, which puts most of you to full, I think. 6 out of 18, 7 out of 19.
Yeah, that should.
22 out of 24.
The only thing I was gonna say, I'm not sure what time we ended that fight last night. So either after that or early morning. I was gonna see if Aiden could go out hunting for stuff.
Sure.
Try to get some small game, perhaps. I checked his inventory sheet. I don't have any traps, but if you're willing to hand wave that, I'll have set, some snares and stuff to try to catch rabbits the night before. Or if not, I'll just go out with my bow this morning to try to get some small game or a deer if I'm lucky.
Sure, you can roll a survival check to see if you catch anything.
I shall.
Okay. So with that check, you're able to get several. So you set up traps, and you're able to get several small game, and you're also able to hunt down a deer, and you bring them all back, and that's enough to feed all of you.
Great. So if he comes back early enough, he'll start the morning with skinning the deer and I don't know if I want to skin the whole deer. Probably I would, and starting to make a bit of breakfast, and if he can, maybe prep some trail rations. I don't have time to smoke any of the meat or dry it out, but I'll try to have provisions for the day prepared.
Do have lots of apples.
That's what I'll be doing this morning.
And you said a provision point is 10 pounds?
Correct. You have 50 pounds of apples.
Speaking of, I went over the NPC actions, and I did not factor in the provision points in their reserves as having been delivered. I'm trusting you, Sarah, if you'd be so kind as to keep track of that in party inventory until we return to the main camp, and then I'll take it over and put it back on the other chart.
So, are we going straight back? Because 50 pounds, we can't carry that.
We could leave it here and come back for it. Aiden wants to look at Phaendar, at least from the trees.
Okay.
But then after that, he doesn't care what we do. Well, who knows if he cares once he sees Phaendar, what he says. I don't know. We'll deal with that when we get there.
We won't cross that bridge when we come to it, though.
Please no. I want that shield. I'm going to cross that bridge.
That's pretty darn good, Andrew. That's pretty darn good. I like that.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Did you rehearse that ahead of time, or
no?
Came to you?
Just came to me.
Wow. Yeah, the mark of a true genius. Wow.
Well, in that case, I can move us to the hex map if everybody is, unless somebody has something that they're doing with their tokens there on the farm map still.
I don't think so, because we pretty much cleared out everything of use in the house. We had looked around outside, gotten the provision points. I don't think there was anything else.
Kept that
here.
stick Justin found, right?
Yes. 2 charges of the stick. I have the dead guy's clothes. Those will come in handy, I'm sure. Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Okay. So over here on the hex map, you can go ahead and tell me where you want to go.
How far do we get the sense is it to be able to see Phaendar?
You think from where you're standing, out of game terms, because I don't know how to explain it any other way, you're like 2 hexes away.
2 hexes.
Do we need to do the survival roll?
Yeah, I was going to say, do we have to roll survival?
That is correct, yes. Survival to see how many hexes you can handle.
All right, I have a +4, so I'll just try to aid somebody that's higher than I am.
Okay.
+9.
And we will be reviewing or implementing the new house rule, correct? That we can double back as regular movement through the forest.
Yes. If you were to travel on hexes that you've already explored, then they're not considered difficult terrain anymore.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to do our adventure first, or do you want to handle the NPC actions? I think there's only one we have left to resolve. I don't know, story beat. I'll leave that to you, GM, when you want to do those.
You mean the one hex that you explored?
Yeah.
Using Kining?
Correct.
Sure, it's up to you how you want to do that. Do you want to give a specific direction she would have explored, or just roll a d5?
I'm content to roll a d5, although I would probably prefer she venture further into the Fangwood.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In which direction is Gristledown?
To the east.
Gristledown would be
Straight east?
in this
Northeast.
general direction.
Oh. West.
What general direction?
Not that close, but in this general direction.
Right. Okay,
Oh,
so
more west.
northwest.
I had it backwards in my head.
Yeah, so
It's all the
Gristledown
way
is
over
up in
here.
this direction. So you know Gristledown is up in this direction. The place that Auburn told you to go is down in this direction,
Mm-hmm.
the opposite direction. The hunter's cabin that Aiden knew about is in this direction.
Okay.
And
Alright.
did I say any other places? The
Because I
hermit. The
was-
hermit is up in this direction.
I was thinking, I don't know if this comes up in the game or not, but it's kind of nerve-wracking if there's a town fairly close to Phaendar that we may need to go warn those people if hobgoblins end up going that direction as well, and then we're gonna have the same situation happen that we did in Phaendar.
Sure. Historically speaking, though, and obviously that isn't helpful because Phaendar was set upon in a very unhistorical manner, they wouldn't venture into the Fangwood, most invaders. It's very difficult terrain, correct, GM?
The Fangwood is notoriously difficult terrain, yeah.
Okay. But your concerns aren't without warrant, Sarah. That's not what I'm saying. I was just saying player knowledge might be in a different headspace.
Well, and there could be a shorter way to get to Gristledown,
right,
not
exactly.
going through Fangwood. I don't know the overall map
So
well enough.
Josh would say ignoring the first one to the immediate left and then going clockwise motion, he'd be content with any of those four. And so Josh would be okay with that. Aiden wouldn't care. So if any of you have a preference, if not, I think you can just roll a d4.
Yeah, go for it.
Which one will kill Kining? Kidding. Kidding.
I don't think you
just
are
playing-
getting
He's
I
playing
think
true
you're
to his
serious.
character.
All right, then.
Justin and
Clockwise.
I were
1,
talking
2.
about it in the car the other day, and he's like, her having that shield would be like walking into a synagogue with a swastika on your shirt, like to him, like.
Yeah.
We're not in a swastika. We're in the middle of the forest.
No, but his disagreements with Kining are warranted in
Right.
the same way
It'd be
that
like-
that would be warranted.
Would you punch a
Right.
Nazi in the face if you saw them on the street? Maybe.
I don't know. If we were getting beset upon by people with guns and there was a bulletproof vest that had a swastika on it, I may just put that on.
Okay,
Like-
but what if it was magical, but you didn't know what it caused, and it could turn you
Yeah.
into a Nazi?
You're getting outside my realm of belief at this point. Can only go so
Would
far
you
with the
become
analogy.
a Nazi to save your own life? Really?
Yeah, would you become a Nazi to save your own life? Is that what's happening here?
Okay, all right. This is getting a little beyond what I had expected.
Josh, would you like to roll the d4?
I will. I'll roll the d4. And like I said,
Okay.
clockwise starting here and then to the right.
Yep.
And this is for Kining.
Yep. 1.
Okay, she goes towards Gristledown.
I'm not on the polygon reveal. That would be helpful.
It would.
You can just do a big reveal if that helps.
A
Right,
full
how
map
does the whole
reveal.
swap-
just
Whole map
just
reveal.
reveal the path to
Oh
Gristledown.
darn! You guys weren't supposed to see that. Oh.
Nothing's there. Shoot.
Does she reveal anything of note?
She doesn't find anything particularly dangerous in that area. It's just more area of forest.
Just a
Typical
random encounter.
useless.
She runs
Okay.
into an ancient green dragon.
Yeah.
You just had to say something. You just had to say
That's
something.
so close to the camp. That would be
except
horrifying.
the dragon also worships Droskar, and they join forces against you.
Great. Well, taking that, I'll also go ahead and give the results from day one. I'll read them over real quick with our gains, losses, and then what we currently have in our reserves. First of all, we were successfully able to hunt, gather, or collect 16 provision points. We were able to build 14 shelters to sustain 14 people, not 25. We were able to gain 4 animals, including 3 sheep and a goat, and we weren't able to craft any alchemical items. I misread the name. It is actually Van Orld, who is dead, who got to make free items. So unfortunately, we didn't get any of those, and instead he helped build some shelters. As a result of the actions we chose, we consumed 25 of our provision points. However, we are still have 11 people who are fatigued. So 11 people, which we'll decide later, will have negatives to their actions. We didn't lose any sheep, and we had none taken. In total, we have 35 provision points left at home base. The rest level is at minus 11, and we have 4 animals in the herd. And then we just revealed this hex, and that is the last of those resulting actions. So they will need food pretty darn quick here. And I think our players, they wouldn't know exactly that scenario, how much they gained, but I do think it would be in their minds that we gotta get food back to them pretty quick.
So should we spend the time to like explore some of these to go back?
Might not hurt because then we could double back faster to get you to look
Did
at
we-
Phaendar.
Let's
Did we
take our
make the full
survival
8?
roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we get the full 8, Jason?
Yeah, so I believe I assume Oren was doing the main
Oh.
roll, and then
Did
he
I
got
roll? I should roll to aid.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think our
Orin-
assumption was that Orin would be the one to lead and we'd all aid.
Yeah.
So he
Okay.
got with all the aids that would come out to like a 29, so that is sufficient to get your full hexes of movement.
Okay.
Sweet.
So to go 2 hexes and then double back would be 3. Well, let's see here. 5 actions to do.
What?
So let's say this is gonna be easier. If we went to like 2 hexes this way,
Okay.
that would be 4 total movement.
Yes.
And then to go back would take another 6 to get to.
Take. Well, it would only take 5.
Right, that's what I said earlier. So it would take 5, and then we could then go 6, 7, 8, and make it back home.
Yeah. So basically, you if you continue further, you cannot make it back to the camp this day, whether you go the faster route or explore more hexes on your way back.
We can't make it back to camp.
Correct.
Why?
Because if you went 2 hexes, you would end up 5 hexes away with only 4 hexes of movement left.
You're right.
You could get back to this square if you double backed the fast way, or you could continue exploring 2 more hexes, maybe up here or down here, and then the next morning make it back. So whether you go fast or slow today, if you go further forward, you won't make it back to camp until the next day.
Okay, that'll be something to consider.
I personally think that we should go back by way of these 2. Take the 5 that we found, and then the next day we could make up more ground trying to go to the bridge and could explore along the way. But that's just my opinion.
Aiden wants to see the bridge, and he might venture on his own if that's the case to take a look, and then double back.
Don't think Nyari would go with him.
The classic split the party.
The classic.
I don't
split
like
the
the way
party.
he said that.
We have done that at every opportunity.
Which is
Like,
fine,
oh.
by the way.
It
Josh is okay with that.
It makes sense
Aiden is just
roleplay
pretty.
wise.
Yeah, he's just pretty set on that. And if that's what you say, okay. Well, then I will meet with you later. I will be quick. Well, I will try. And if that's what everyone wants to do, that's how I'll do it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be the fastest way to explore the Fangwood is all of you just go in different directions. You guys would get things done really fast.
Really
Oh
fast.
man.
I guess the only issue though is I don't know how do you track movement if you split up. You just take your own survival rules.
Yeah, and I'm sure we can roleplay or handwave some of it because I've made this journey before. It's not my first time. So
Yeah,
We'll
if
let
we
Jason-
if we take individual roles, Aiden was able to succeed on the DC on his own, and you guys would have as well. So you could have, each group could have had a respective 8 movement.
Yeah,
man,
so
that's gonna be tough if you guys get into an encounter today, though.
yeah. Well, Nyari will tell you. She'll say, I think you're being very foolish. We have a lot of people who are depending on us for supplies, and at this time we cannot afford to be selfish. Should you go, I'm not going to go with you.
That'll strike him. Being accused of being selfish will strike him, I think. I don't know if it is selfish, but I'm doing what I want. And is that not true freedom? Isn't that what we fight for? I want to see for myself what happened.
And I'm not saying that you can't do that. I will go with you the next day, but we need to make sure everyone is fed and taken
But
care
the
of.
next day will be too late. If he lives, then he will not live then, I am sure of it. So I must go now, or maybe never.
Who is it you speak of?
My grandfather, Father Nolan. He was the last surviving family member I had, and he lived in Phaendar. Did you know him?
I did. And what Oberyn said is true. What Theros said is true. He's not going to be there. He's gone. You have to accept it. It'll only make it harder if you don't.
Huh. Well, I guess a stranger has no need for lies, huh?
I promise you, I have dealt with my fair share of loss, and I would never joke about something like this.
He's gonna excuse himself while she's talking and starts running away, perhaps behind the outside and behind the thing, and he's just starts crying and just seething, and the tears, just that kind of bitter tears, you know, it's just like, you know, he makes that weird hissing noise. It's not really weeping, it's just, it's too much. It's too much. He's mad at the world. It's not fair. And he might even be saying some of this out loud. Like, it's not fair. Like, what has he done to deserve this? What have we done? You know, that kind of thing. And he'll be in his own headspace for a little while. But after some time passes, assuming you will give him his space, he'll pick himself up again and rejoin the group, and will be a more passive role as he assumes someone else will take charge of their direction.
Well, are we all in agreement then? Should we go back to camp?
I think so.
I'm sure the others are in much need of these supplies. I doubt they've gotten off too well on their own without us.
I am worried about them. There's no one there that really can protect them should something happen, so we have to be careful when we venture out.
We are there. We are
All
there
right.
for them.
Let's head back. I say let's, on our way back, if we can just reveal these 2 squares as part of our movement back.
Sure.
I told Jason this map is a completionist nightmare because there's no way to get every single hex.
I was gonna
uncovered.
say, I don't think it matters if we reveal those 2 hexes, but
Yeah, I don't
you
think
never know.
anything, but sure.
Yeah, and that's what Niari wants to do. I would just assume double back on the path we took. We know it, and we're gonna get there quickly.
That's fine too. We can do that. That's fine. I was just trying to make it easier for when we come back or go out again, but that's fine. We can go back
No,
the same direction.
I agree with going in the unexplored circles. I just don't think we're gonna find.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't expect to find anything. I just wanted to,
Make
for
it
if we go
easier
out
for the next time.
tomorrow, make it easier to get further. Yeah.
Right. Agreed.
All right, then we'll do that.
Okay, good, because I had the reveal all queued up, and I was going to cancel it if you guys didn't go that way.
I don't even know how to cancel when you have the reveal. Like, how do you cancel it?
I have no idea. I would have had to figure it out, though.
I have not been able to figure out how to cancel it.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'm glad we
I
avoided that
believe,
nightmare.
I believe that you guys can actually control the token of your party, or no?
No,
Did not
sir.
make it.
No.
I did not make it. 1 second. Advanced. I keep forgetting where to look for this.
What do you push to do the arrow again?
Hold down?
Hold down.
Oh, no. The
And-
arrow. That's the Z. Nope. Q.
Q.
Nope.
You can't. You might have to.
Oh,
just
it's the ruler tool in your sidebar.
and the top left, go 4 down, and then pick one. Snap to center,
There's
snap
a-
to corner, or no
There's a
snapping.
hotkey for it too.
Can you move it now?
Is there? No.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
once you have it selected, you
And
can.
then, and then we put it over here.
Oh,
Sarah,
Okay. So you
I'm
guys.
gonna put it like that so you can see both
Yep.
buttons.
Okay.
So you guys, you're exploring these other 2 areas, and again, you guys don't find anything either. It seems like for these early periods of time, like a lot of this forest is just plain forest. There are, places of interest that you know about, like the Hermit or the Hunter Shack or whatnot, but they're very spread out, and there's a lot of just empty forest in between. So you make it back to camp, and you see that everyone is still there. It doesn't look like they had any troubles necessarily, as they were the day that you guys were gone. But you're able to get there, and you drop off your 50 pounds of apples. And what do you do? Do you want anything to do in camp, or are you just gonna double back right away, or what's the plan now? That was half of your daily movement to get there. Well, no,
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get on to. You have 3 hexes worth of movement.
So we come in the afternoon and deliver in some supplies.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
dropping off some stuff.
Yeah, I assume we exchange pleasantries with Auburn and maybe Jet and
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Yep.
But nothing that
Auburn.
needs to be.
Actually, Auburn is not in the camp at the moment.
Oh, she's not.
She's dead.
Yeah, Jet will come to you and she will explain. Yes, Auburn went out into the forest. She's setting up some signs, I guess. She's trying to get the attention of any local rangers. She doesn't know if there are any in the area, but it's worth a shot, she said. So she's just out. She's fairly nearby. I don't think she'd go off too far. She's not in much of a state to be going too far herself, but she's just setting up, signs, carvings on the trees or whatever it is the rangers do, and hoping that somebody will eventually come by and see them.
I hope that they do.
Yes, we all hope so. Again, she was talking about that Ranger Redoubt there, and again, she was saying that she doesn't expect anybody to be there, but if there are going to be rangers in the area, then that's probably the best place to look. But again, she's not in a good state to go there herself. And then Jet kind of looks to all of you and she says, "So did you manage to make it back to the bridge? Did you get to see anything about Phaendar?"
Not yet. We thought it best to bring back supplies rather than venture closer to danger.
Of course, yes. Well, I wish you good luck on whatever you're planning on doing for the rest of the day. We're doing all right here for now. We didn't manage to quite make as much as we lost in terms of provisions, but we'll be good for a couple days here, I think. And what you brought back will definitely help with that. So I do thank you for that.
Theros would probably want to check in on his dad too to see how he's holding up.
Yep, you check on him, and Rena is actually there tending to him still, and he's getting to the point where he's mostly okay now. He's up and about and he's able to move, but she's kind of trying to get him to stay in bed for another day just in case. And he sees you there and he says, "Oh, my boy, how's everything doing? How are you? Did you run into any trouble?"
Well, you know how things go these days. There's always a bit of trouble here and there, but nothing we can't handle. You look like you're doing well.
Oh yes, I'd like to say that I've never been better. And then he kind of holds up his hand. He says, "But I guess that wouldn't exactly be true, now would it?" And he kind of has a smile on his face. It looks like he's taking it pretty well. You get the sense that he's just happy that you're okay. So like because there was a moment that he thought he might lose you on the bridge. So when he, in a sense, in his mind, got you back from that dangerous situation, like his own well-being is just kind of like fled his mind. He's totally okay in his mind. He's like, "Yes, as long as you're all right, I think I'll be able to handle myself out here just fine."
I'm happy to hear that, Father, but I'm sorry I didn't make it to you sooner.
Oh, it's fine. It's barely even a hassle, I mean, well, I guess it makes carving a little bit difficult, but I can still gather herbs when I need to. I only need one hand for that, and if I really need somebody to help me out, I can just grab one of these young people over here, and they can help me brew some things. It's hardly a inconvenience.
Father, I have a question for you. It might be strange given the circumstances, but have you heard anything from her lately? From Mother?
No. Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything from her in a long time. And I'm afraid I'm not sure with current events, I have no idea what she's doing. I don't know if this this attack that we had to suffer through is an isolated incident. She's as best I can tell, she's not in this area, so she might not even know what's going on yet.
She probably doesn't even care. She's always been like that.
You have to understand, she's from a different culture. She has a different way of looking at things. You just got to, I guess you haven't had enough time to get to know her like I have. You have to understand. She's not exactly like us.
Well, you know what? I'm alright with that. I don't care to understand someone like her anyway.
He kind of, just gives a slight nod of understanding. He can't really offer up a terribly legitimate defense, so he just nods.
Well, I won't bother you anymore. I'm just glad you're alright. Thank you. I should probably get back to my companions. We need to gather some more supplies and figure out what else we're going to do here.
Yes. I wouldn't want to get in the way of any of your heroics. And then he gives you a smile and kind of like a light tap on the shoulder, and he says, yes, you get out there and you do whatever it is that you need to do to save these people. You're
I'm no
probably
hero,
our
Father.
best chance.
I'm no hero, Father, but maybe Volus.
Oh, that's right, yes. Well, and then he looks at Vol and he says, you make sure to protect him now. You hear?
Volus.
Volus kind of grunts.
Roar.
He kind of, yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
That's a very good sound effect that I couldn't have done. And he kind of rubs against Jin's shoulder a little bit.
Aww.
That's what
Okay.
bears do.
Alright, I return back to the rest of the company.
Okay.
All right, I guess we still have time today if we wanted to head out again and then camp out, or if we want to just camp out here and start fresh in the morning.
Should probably take advantage of having some time left to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
I was gonna say
sense.
Nairi's fine with heading out.
Aiden will chime in. I want to see the Fangwood. That is true. But right now, these people, they need our help. And I fight for Nirmathis. And so, I will do that.
Well said, Aiden.
Hmm.
So,
And who knows? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so shall we explore once again together, like the time with the spider?
Let us explore.
Hopefully not with the same insects we've dealt with today.
Oh yes, the wasp. Yes, let's not encounter any wasps
Or spiders.
or spiders. Let's encounter nothing. Would be best. But when the time comes, I will fight, like I said. And we will be safe. I hope.
We will have your back if you will have ours.
Okay. So, are you
He
guys
is-
then going to explore deeper in, or were you doubling back to the farm? Which direction are you going?
He's gonna leave it to them, and he is a little bit despondent. That wasn't just me not going off on your thing there, Andrew. He's just despondent and not all there, but trying to do the right and helpful thing.
He's grieving. Yeah, I understand.
Mhm.
Makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah, I think we could head back to the farm. That's some semblance of shelter, and we could stay there, and then we don't have to worry about the 50 pounds of food that needed to come back, so we could just head further on the next day, if that works for everybody else.
I also think maybe we go to Gristledown is another thought too.
I think
Or
it'll take a while, or is
Well,
that not
yeah.
that far?
it would take a while, but any of the other places that would have supplies, seeing Phaendar, there's probably nothing there that would help the present situation. So maybe we just go somewhere that would.
For the
I also
for the purposes of that, I will reveal the hex that Gristledown is on, just because Aiden would know exactly where it is. So that's where it is. That's how far you'd have to go to get
Oh.
there.
So it's not
Okay.
the end of the world to get there.
That's
No.
not as far as I thought. I thought it was off the hex map.
If we're going back to the farm, that seems
How do you whisper to somebody again?
/W and then their name.
Ah,
Yep.
thanks.
And then we'll all get to see it on the recording later.
yeah.
Yeah, that is
Don't
one.
worry.
That is one perfect.
It's just a
Yeah.
question for Jason that it won't matter in retrospect anyway.
If it's
I
to
didn't
me,
think of
then you
that.
can just type in GM
Oh,
rather
okay.
than my name, whichever one.
No.
But we can make it to this hex, and then I can't quite judge the distance, but we might be able to see it in a day's journey and then be there the following day. But there's also the hermit, the hunter's lodge, the redoubt. I don't know exactly where those are, but there's other options for sure.
Yep. There are places to go in literally every direction.
Oh boy. So where, I'm sorry, you've said this 1,000 times, but where is the Rangers Redoubt at?
That is in the opposite direction of Gristledown.
Down here.
Yes.
And then the hunter's cabin was up? Like what's
No, the hermit is due north, and then the hunter's cabin is more in this direction.
okay.
If Josh were to guess, I bet you the hunter's cabin's about there, the redoubt's about there, and this one's about further away that way, and then Gristledown's all the way up there. That would be Josh's ballpark guess.
Oh, this is so tough.
Yeah, and again, you guys don't know how far they have progressed.
No. So
You haven't had a chance to see how things are going. You don't know if they've
Yeah.
started sending people in or not.
Oh jeez.
well, I was
So-
gonna. Go ahead,
Go
Sarah.
ahead.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like we should go go to the places that are closer and get supplies and bring back to sustain, and then move
And then
forward.
find a
like,
place to
not
go.
just pick a point far out and just try to beeline it for that point. We should probably try to stick around in the area and get what we can to bring back, and then make our
then-
way out from there.
And then make a way to move after that.
Yeah,
And
that's probably the smartest.
Gristledown, I think, in my opinion, is the best place to set up a camp, like a more permanent residence.
Mhm.
But we gotta take care of people right now, and they don't even have enough tents set up, let alone food to get. So I
Mhm.
do agree that we need to go and consider other options.
I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Sure.
I personally like the idea of the Ranger Redoubt.
Okay.
That's north, right?
No, it's
The
south.
south. Yeah, that's south. But again, I don't know how far away any of these things are from where we presently are. So,
Oh. Sure, we can give it
So
a go.
I-
Like here and then here.
Yeah. I say we reveal this hex and then go down. We can't make it all the way there. We don't have enough movement for that.
okay. Yeah, so we can reveal this and then
Go here.
Stay here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so we are revealing this hex.
Yep.
yes.
Let me do that right. Oh, crap. Well, that's not going to be the best reveal, but
So I can also update the quest log here real quick. We did, in fact, check out the farm.
Yes.
Yes.
I also have the directions of everything written down here, by the way, if you ever want to check them.
Okay.
They're not in the quest log like the thing in Roll20. They're on the actual document that I'm using because Roll20 is hard to keep track of that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay, so that is the end of our movement going there?
you
No, we're there,
technically have
right?
one more square. Yep, that's the end of your movement.
Okay. All right. So
Or
we
unless
will-
you wanted to stay there. I don't.
Yeah, either way should be fine, I think.
I would like to go down one more square.
Okay.
It
Fair
won't
enough.
actually save anything, but I think it'll be good. We've been
And
there
then-
before. It'll be easier to set up camp. All that kind of stuff is in the back of my mind.
Okay.
All
So
right.
then we rest once again.
What was that chuckle, Jace? That was nerve-wracking.
I know, I don't like that. So I get
I'm just
my
noting that one more day has passed, so after this session, we'll have one more day of NPC actions to go over.
Yep.
So, how many days are in Calistrial?
Calistriel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't say
I
it.
believe Calistriel is February, so 28, but I'm not 100% sure.
We're on the 25th.
I didn't say it, by the way, Jace, but I also had some trail rations. So I'm going to drop those off as well, assuming that I can hunt for food most days. So I'm going to try to drop off a few of those. And you said one of them and a water skin will count for a food ration. So
Yes, if you have a water skin and a trail ration, you can add a provision point.
I think I only have one water skin, so I would need more. Do they have any place to store water there?
I mean, they can probably make a makeshift container.
Okay, but they don't have one yet for sure.
Oh, that's
Correct.
right. We had a bunch of them, but they were on Elwood.
We had containers
had,
for
like-
liquid.
We had like 8 water skins that we found in Phaendar, and I think they were all on Elwood, so they're not in the inventory.
Okay. Well, I can't part with much, so it's basically half provisions that I'm getting them until I can find water, but I will drop off 4 trail rations.
Oh.
So I'm,
I can create water. But we don't have anything stored in. So
Yeah, that's the
Never
problem.
mind.
Is you need the water
Sorry.
skin in order to store it.
Yeah.
right.
Well.
Good thought, though. Real good thought.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mark my character sheet down to 1, and I will add half provision
Just
points. I'll
just
track them.
write how many rations you leave there. Don't put anything into provision points.
Right.
I mean,
will.
so that's a question. If we have 1 water skin, is that enough for all of us to use if I create water?
Yeah.
Presumably, I guess.
So maybe I could leave my water skin behind, too.
We're not COVID-19
Yeah.
social distancing that
Yeah, that's the
way.
thing
but
is,
we could
yeah,
all
this is-
share a water skin.
That's
if one
true.
of you like contracts some
one.
disease or something,
Turns out Nyari is a germaphobe.
So does everybody have a water skin?
Yes.
I do, yeah. I can create water.
So let's leave 3 behind. And just
Cool.
to make the math easy, I will leave 3 trail rations and keep 2 on my person. And we will have water for ourselves, and we'll add 3 provision points.
okay.
Which of us is keeping the water skin?
I'll keep it for simplicity's sake. Or no, give it to Oren. Let Oren keep it. He's the one who's going to create water after all.
Sure.
Hang on.
He already is carrying a butt ton of stuff.
Where do we have? We don't have the MP. Oh, we do have the refugee tracker still, which has the provision points.
So I'm
49
moving
isn't out
my
right.
water skin behind. Is that correct? We're just
Yep.
taking 1 for the 4 or 5 of us.
5.
I guess
yeah.
Volus can drink from, like, if there's any creeks or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
This is true.
All right.
35. We added 5, and we added 3. So we added 8 total. So from 35, we're back to 43 that we have.
Okay, let's venture onward to the Ranger Redoubt. I don't know which direction that is. Oh, are we rolling survival for this day? Is that what your
Yes.
roll was for?
Okay, so Oren already succeeds.
Oh my goodness.
Time to.
Oh, so aiding more doesn't matter.
No, yeah, because the DC isn't that terribly high.
And we don't get the bonus because I have tiny
Nice,
little
Larry.
dwarf legs.
Useless. Useless. Yeah.
We can only cover the same amount of distance, regardless if we roll higher or not. So,
Yep.
so we hit it.
So where are we going?
That's the thing. I, as the player, am like directionally challenged.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
I go-
that square.
That is east, Sarah.
We're just gonna end up making a big circle around it,
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
and
Okay,
then
nothing is revealed.
Here.
Correct.
this way.
Okay,
Down.
let's
one?
go down
We'll go
one
down?
to this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Fireworks.
Yeah, that doesn't make revealing the hex difficult at all.
No dice, huh?
Okay.
Hang on a sec. Let me check.
That's
We're going to the Redoubt, right? The Redoubt
yes.
to the southeast. It says. So I
So we have-
assume.
4
We can-
squares.
Yeah, we continue southeast.
So there were circles on both of those. So southeast or east?
Southeast, I think.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't want to make a bad call,
Seems
guys.
like
we, can,
Minesweeper.
we can vote on it.
Oh,
Okay.
we're at the edge of the forest. We're out of the Fangwood.
We made it out. We succeeded.
So I will say I'll give you some like benefit of the doubt vantage point, because in the plains hex, since they have unobstructed view, you can see multiple hexes away. So I'll reveal a couple extras just as you left the Fangwood and started getting out into this more open area. You could have seen all the way out to. This one still has quite a bit of forest in it, but I'll just say.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we need to go back in the woods to get to the Redoubt, though. The
Yeah.
Rangers are in the woods, so
Go
I
a
don't know
little
if it's
more
worth.
east.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth going any further south.
So go
You
like
have
here.
one more.
Jace, I see
Movement.
some wood here. Does it pick up to another stretch of woods in this area?
There is a small secluded wood here, yes.
I've never been to the Redoubt before, right? I just know of it.
You have not been to the Redoubt, but Auburn did tell you it was in this direction.
A straight southeast, she did say. Did she mention a plain or an opening?
She did mention that it was in a separate wood just outside of
Oh.
Yeah, I
Fangwood.
recall that too.
Yeah, I thought she had. So I was
Okay.
like,
Here,
Okay.
here.
I
Here.
say keep going southeast. That's the direction she said to go. So,
Okay.
So
or
here.
at least that's Aiden's vote. Or Aiden's vote.
Okay. Just so you
I'm
know,
in.
like the whole wood is southeast, so
Yeah, like
any
it's
of
in
these
the
hexes
general
could be
direction.
southeast.
All right, so let's
I kind of want to go east.
go that way. I think
We have
that'll
one
go.
vote for east.
I thought it'll go more into the woods. So let's do that.
Okay, so you're just going east then.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not there.
Oh! For
Ah,
something.
I was gonna say, I wonder what it's like for Jason with us like talking, and he's like, it's just right here. It's literally right here.
That doesn't
Get
look
out me
good. That looks like a
swamp.
swamp. Yeah, I don't like it.
Get out me swamp.
Man,
Okay.
This ought to be fun. Swamps are
So
great.
you guys go there.
that's a little bit more boggy than I was expecting for the Redoubt.
Well, she did say that it was in a swampy area.
Cool. Cool.
So, with that, I'm just
Separate
gonna
map,
move it-
eh?
I'm just going to move us to a different map here, yeah.
Another evening tussle, ladies and gentlemen.
Never a
You know,
good
that was
time.
your last hexa movement there.
What swarms can you meet in the swamp?
So, this
Plenty.
this swampy gully is well hidden from casual glances and thus makes an ideal hiding spot, while the ever-present insects and general lack of resources make it a poor home. The forest grows thick here as you progress into this secluded wood. Trees pressed together with their branches intertwined. A sort of gloom hangs in the air. Foliage around the base of the trees is sparse. It's stunted by a lack of sunlight. The songs of birds and the noises of small animals have ceased,
Oh.
adding to the eerie atmosphere of this ancient wood. This eerie gully contains a number of standing pools and dead trees. All of them are swarming with insects, as swamps do. You can see blah, 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 blah. Let me just reveal some stuff on this map here. Pretty much this whole area is on. That's a drawing. I don't want to do that. This whole area is kind of unobstructed. And again, I'm not doing. Okay, screw this. Screw the polygon reveal. I'm just gonna do the square.
I told you it's the worst. Oh dear.
Swamp.
Where do we come in the north side, right?
Well, no, the orientation. You're gonna be coming where that road is.
Down here.
Okay, cool, cool.
Wow, this is a big map, I realized. When you put it in, you have to zoom in so the numbers read. It's pretty big.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are right about there.
Okay.
And everything that is revealed is pretty much within sight. Well, I guess I revealed behind the building, which you would not have seen, but yeah, whatever. So you guys see, and again, so all of this watery area, all of the squares that have these like little water pools in there, they're just like you're looking at them and they appear to be from a distance, they just appear to be like shallow, muddy, swampy pools.
Like potholes in Pennsylvania.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what they look like from where you're standing. Yeah.
They're actually 3 feet deep.
And you see all of this. Who does what?
I've got my bow drawn now that we've actually reached where we are, and just keeping my eye on the surroundings, watching the edges of the water and the forest for anything that might reveal itself. I mean, it's a big open space here that we can see.
Yep.
So I'm looking for movement.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I guess I can lead the way unless somebody else wants to.
I set off the hornets last time. I'm not doing it this time.
So I can go. I have the most movement to get away if something happens. So
That's true.
I
And you're
can.
such a fearless leader.
I'll follow with
my
Volus.
16 AC. Super
s-
tank.
quiet, very quietly as if possible.
Yeah, I can try to stealth. I don't think that's gonna go well, but
I trudge.
you just ruin it for everybody else.
So
You can hear you clanging in the back.
Nyari and Aiden roll perception checks.
Yep.
No. With my +0. Oh no, I actually have a 5 now. That's not too shabby.
Ooh.
Okay.
They're gonna flank us.
So, Nyari, as you're walking down this path, you guys are looking, and you can see there are spider webs all over the place.
Oh no! It's
What did I
like
just
you
say?
mentioned.
Spider.
It's just like you mentioned.
Like
Yes.
there's like wisps of spider webs on the ground that have been like trampled down over time. There's some like all over the leaves to your right here. There's just webs in a lot of places. And Nyar, as you're walking down this,
I don't know if you want me to keep moving.
right there is fine. Yeah. As you're walking down this trail, you are back here. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're walking down this trail and you're looking around, but you are looking at these webs and you're assuming that they're just like normal webs and whatnot. And you're walking down the trail. And as you get that far, you step in a particularly thick web that attaches to your leg enough that you're like confused, and it like you, as you're walking, it like sticks onto that one foot. So as you
Giant
continue, you just collapse and fall because
It's a great mental picture.
it's like you were tripped by this web and you just fall forward unawares of the web there, and you are entangled.
Always want to start a combat like that.
And immediately, I need everybody to roll initiative.
That's not a good one.
Well, what good that's gonna do me.
I finally got a double-digit initiative roll.
Hey,
I'm
you
so
beat
happy.
somebody finally.
Finally.
And you beat my
Since we
my
started.
+2 initiative, and you beat Aiden or Theros' +2 initiative.
Okay, so initiative 21, that's pretty good. 17, that's not bad. Orin, oh wait, I have to roll initiative here first. Okay, now let's do that. Aiden is a 17. Theros is a 13. Nairi is a 21. Orin is 14. Sort that. Okay.
And the adorable bunny that lives in that little hole that's going to come out and join us is a 6?
The Monty Python bunny.
No, not that one. Good lord, we'll all die. Run away!
How's it going to do?
Okay,
Nibble your bum?
so- Let me go ahead and I'll just do a... Darn it. I'll just do a shift reveal here if I can.
Those terms mean nothing to me. Your polygon reveal and your square reveal and your shift reveal. They're all
Okay.
the same.
So, in the surprise round, from the webs... I'm not in the right layer, am I? No, I am. You guys can
Yeah,
see
we
that.
can see
Yeah.
them.
Oh yeah, we can see the spider.
From the webs come a couple creatures.
Oh, what is that? Oh
What
my
in the
gosh.
world?
Can you blow that one up for us?
Don't
Oh
like
my
it.
God.
I don't like
I
it.
don't
It's like
know
a giant
what
tick.
the heck
It's a
that
giant,
thing is.
standing, walking, creepy, tick-looking thing.
Shouldn't talk about Justin like that.
I feel that I
Okay.
can.
In the surprise round, these creatures they move out from the webs of the trees, and as you see that, you can see that there are, you didn't notice this before, but there are bodies kind of like webbed up and hanging from the tree line.
Oh,
These creatures, they come out to let's see, in the surprise round, where will they go? This one will come down, and it's a surprise round, so there's no attacks of opportunity. They will come right out like this. And this other creature will... Let me make sure I have the movement right on here.
Yeah, he's gonna flank me, isn't he?
Do that.
Shocker.
As you are stuck in this this web, these two giant spiders and this extremely strange, like bipedal, semi-half spider creature, whatever it is, they all kind of rush out in a haste in the surprise round.
Daros, know
And-
what it is?
You can roll a check on your turn.
Oh.
We will get to that real quick. In the first round of actual combat, highest initiative is Nyari, but Nyari is currently entangled.
real
Yes.
quick, what is the size of these creatures? They're not swarms, right?
No, the giant spiders are just medium-sized spiders, so they are spiders equivalent to you in size.
Okay.
And
That's
this
the worst thing.
all of these creatures are medium, which is probably worse than a swarm in some ways. Yeah, so
Can I-
Nyari, you are up and you are entangled.
Can I do a nature check on them, or maybe it's not nature, but I have Arcana or Nature.
Knowledge. Oh boys, I'm gonna have to look up the knowledge checks here because I think it's knowledge nature for the two.
Oh,
But in
it's
engineering or
It's
Arcana
not
for the
gonna be
last.
knowledge. It's not gonna be knowledge nature for the other one. I'm pretty sure.
planes.
So
Dungeoneering.
Wouldn't be good.
So for the two things, knowledge nature will do just fine, and for the other one, you would need knowledge dungeoneering.
Dungeon.
16.
16. Excuse me. That is enough to get one useful piece of information.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give you two because I think you did beat it by 5. So 2 pieces of information about these two creatures over here.
So you want me to tell you what I want to know?
Or
Is there
deities,
anything
or-
specific you'd like to know, or do you want me to just give you 2 pieces of information?
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. I don't need anything specific.
2 helpful pieces of information.
2 incredibly unhelpful pieces of information coming up.
It's black. It's a black in color with some fuzz. And then you also learn it's got 8 legs.
It probably
So-
has poison.
So these are giant spiders,
Okay.
and you would know that their bites are poisonous. That is one piece of information. A second piece of information is you know that they are vermin and are thus immune to mind-affecting effects.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. I will share that with the party as I struggle in these webs. Is it strength check to try to get out?
Yes,
Or-
roll. Well, yeah. So you can either do a strength check or you can make an attack roll and try to destroy the webs.
Or
let me
escape
just bring
artist?
up-
Question mark.
Let me just bring up the thing here. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Can make a strength check. Where am I looking? Break free by making a combat maneuver check or an escape artist check or a strength check to break free. So combat maneuver, escape artist, or strength check.
I think combat maneuver is my highest on those.
Okay, so you will spend your standard action doing that.
I do not do it.
7, that is not enough. Is it a standard action or is it a move action?
No.
Oh shoot! I forgot.
As
I
part of
guess
the
it would've-
move action. So you
it
could
would've
try it
been-
again with your standard action.
Or
I guess
attack it,
it's.
or whatever.
Wait, so I can attack it? That is an option, or that's not an option?
I'm looking
thought
at it
that
now. I don't
wasn't an
actually see.
option.
Well, yeah, I don't see that as an option.
it's not
here
an option.
anymore. I thought
okay.
it was, but I don't see it in the list here.
I thought it was
Okay.
too. Like you could.
But
cut
it is only. It does say it is a move action, so you could attempt a second time, I believe.
And
by the rules, but yeah.
entangled. Can you not attack when you're entangled?
I believe you can, but you
just
take
don't-
penalties.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I'll look it up real quick.
Entangled.
Entangled. The character is ensnared. Being entangled
Minus
impedes
2.
movement. You move it. Yeah. Minus 2
Okay.
penalty on attack rolls, and a minus 4 penalty to
I-
dexterity.
Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna try to get out. I will make
Okay. Make
another
another check.
15.
That one is successful. You meet the DC of that, and you're able to break free of these webs, and you kind of kick them off to the side, and they like wisps of these webs fall to the ground.
Am I
that
prone or I'm not prone?
um
Was that a
it doesn't-
flavor prone? With
yeah, I
me
kind
tripping?
of flavored it. It just says in the book, it just says that the first person there gets caught in it. It does not say that they fall prone.
Okay.
So you can be standing.
Or take a
basically.
5-foot step, even.
So you're standing up and whatnot, but that was basically a full round action to get out of them.
Right, and I can't 5-foot step because I use my move to untangle. Try to.
No,
you can 5-foot step. Yeah, you did not do any movement. You did a move equivalent.
Oh, okay. Then I do want to 5-foot step, and I will go here.
Not making
Okay.
fun of you, Sarah, but that is always the rule. You're always like, wait a minute, can I take a 5-foot step? I use the move. All the time.
I don't know. I don't want to
It's
cheat.
tough. It's tough to keep track of.
All right, that is
Okay.
my turn.
Okay. So first up, it is one of the spiders,
No.
and he was going right after you because you were in the. Oh, where are you going?
Oh. She
Her
okay?
lamp fell over. I can see. No, she got up, and as soon as I think she closed the door somewhere and scared one of the cats, and the cats knocked over her lamp. And
Oh no.
I totally, from
I
my
can-
I thought
spot,
she fell. Yeah.
I looked like she
I
fell.
was like,
she-
oh god, stairs down.
yeah, no,
like-
I'm just looking at her in the hallways. She's just falling.
Jason
over.
just
She
set
can't
up a
get up.
spider webbing in next to her
No,
chair.
I totally thought that she did like she stood up and then fainted and fell over. I'm like,
Sarah's like, on
die.
method! On method!
Well, for the purposes of this combat, Nyari is dead.
She takes like
Um,
that like fake
it-
spider web.
I
from,
hope
like,
you enjoy
Halloween
this
and
later, Sarah.
that was
puts it over.
terrible.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm glad you're not hurt, Sarah. Although I was concerned for your safety for a moment.
Yeah, like I thought that was her leg that
Yeah.
went up, and it was one of the cats, but I thought it was her leg. I'm like, oh my god.
Oops,
It
sorry.
really- It really looked
What
like she
was the
fell
damage
over
here?
the steps.
I heard a lot of noise.
So this creature goes to 5-foot step towards you, and he's gonna make a bite attempt against you. No joke, natural 20.
This
I
is
am
me?
not. Yeah, that's against you. I'm not even joking. Itch to hit is so
Oh,
low.
All right. Oh, I'm not entangled.
To
Cool.
confirm, that's a natural 17.
What's
This is garbage and trash.
what's your AC?
So that's a
17,
19 to hit.
Oh, that'll probably hit.
A what?
A 19.
No, but I
You
thought
take
said
7
damage.
points of damage,
Oof.
and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
hey, get off my sheet. Maybe
Oh,
I did
sorry.
that.
That was me. Sorry.
You're fine. Fortitude.
Get off my sheet, man.
Okay.
All right, now you can go.
Leave
You're
my
able
sheet
to-
alone.
You're able to shrug
Touch my
off.
sheet.
I was looking at that fancy necklace.
You're able
Oh,
to
right.
shrug off the poison of this creature, but
So
it does
far.
bite you for a pretty decent hit there.
Ooh, we're playing the Shelob music. I like
That
it.
is that is its turn. Aiden, what are you gonna do? You got one right
Oh.
next to you.
Yes. Does sheathing a weapon, I know is a move action, does it provoke? Question mark?
Yes.
It does.
Sheathing
Okay.
provokes, drawing does not.
That is a good rule. I'll drop instead, since range doesn't seem to be a entertainable option.
Okay, you drop it and it falls into one of those holes and is gone forever.
Maybe I reconsider.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Quick draw my claymore, and I'm gonna pound into this thing. Hopefully, with that +2 flanking, we get some damage. So add 2 to this.
Volus is not flanking because he is flat-footed and cannot. He's not threatening yet.
That's correct, but it also doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, no, that totally wouldn't hit. Well,
So-
let me
Oh,
let me
no.
check the AC. No, that wouldn't hit.
This is off to a great start.
Aiden, that is your free action drop, free action switch, 5-foot step, standard action. You technically have a move equivalent action, but
There's nothing left to do except for if I wanted to ready something for my inventory, which I do not. We can see reasonably well.
okay.
And
Yeah,
I
you
was-
can see it's getting a little bit dim out. I am not going to yet rule that it is low light vision, though in the future I'll consider whether or not the final square of movement should be low light vision.
Okay,
Low-
well,
or
we can
dim
always
light.
carry a
But-
hooded. I have a light
Yeah.
sources, but we'll deal with that when it comes
Yeah,
to
for
it.
the moment we'll say it's normal, but I'll have to think about whether I think the first and final hexes of movement per day should be dim light or not. I don't know if that. I feel like they shouldn't. So for now we'll say that it's normal lighting, so you can see fine.
Well, that's good.
That is good.
Your benevolence is worthy of thanks again, Jason.
That is Aiden's turn. Next up, it is this creature that nobody knows what it is yet.
Oh, I was gonna. That was the last thing. It's not a move action, but could I take a knowledge engineering on that?
If
Sorry.
you are trained in knowledge engineering.
You would be surprised. I put 2 ranks in that.
Wow.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll for it.
Come on,
Okay.
come on, come on.
You can get one piece of useful information.
Ooh.
Is there anything specific you'd like to know in addition to what the creature is?
Yeah. What is it? And then also one. I'll leave it to your discretion. Something that'll help us.
This creature is known as an ettercap,
I've heard of those.
which those of you who have listened to the Giant Slayer GCP, they encountered ettercaps just outside of the one tomb.
Oh, okay.
So one useful piece of information, and nothing specific that you care about.
Probably weaknesses would be what he's focused on.
They don't have any specific weaknesses. I'll just let you know that you're aware that ettercaps also have a poison. It is different than these spiders' poison.
Okay.
Yeah, but they also have a poison.
So then, for his move action, he'll shout out like, beware! These are ethercaps. They have poison. He'll shout out.
Okay, and it
Dang.
is this thing's turn.
Thanks.
It is. Ooh,
Alright.
I might have to roll for this one.
Oh wait, no, spider.
I'm gonna roll for this one. 1 and 2 is Nyari, 3 and 4 is Theros, 5 and 6 is Orin. So I'm
Come
going
at me,
to
bro.
roll
Come
a
on, 5 or
D6.
6. 5 or 6.
6.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
He's
This creature's gonna
taunted him.
step over here and make a
No.
full attack against Orin.
Why not go 1 down? Don't you think that's more likely what an ethercap would do?
No, it's actually not.
That's too bad.
So, first attack against Orin. 22 to hit.
Holy
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
dude.
My
Guys,
AC is not 22.
guys,
I'm rolling amazing.
guys.
That's max damage. You take 8 points of damage
Guys.
and roll a fortitude save.
Oh my
Is this
gosh,
how we
please
die?
pass. Okay, that might
Every
pass.
encounter is death. Imminent
Plus,
death.
Okay.
if it's poison, plus
Yep,
2.
it is poison, so you are fine. Your dwarven hardiness, you're fine.
Hey!
Second attack. That
It
was
has
its
two
bite.
attacks.
It went to bite at you, and now it takes its claw and it goes to swipe at you with its claw.
That's what the natural attacks be like.
That's only a 12 to hit.
No.
And with its final claw, that was cocked. Okay, there's a 13 to hit.
That also misses. Very
So
nice.
that were all 3 of its attacks. That is its turn. Orin, you're up. You just got bitten by this creature.
Wielding the hammer of Torag. You do wield a hammer, right?
Yeah, Warhammer.
Yes, so
I'm gonna 5-foot step that way,
Okay.
and then that really hurt.
Yeah, this thing's no joke.
And I'll swing with the Warhammer.
Okay. Make an attack against the Ettercap. A 10 is not gonna hit.
Could you smile less, Jace?
I could try, but I would fail. Okay.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
It's
Okay,
really
that
bad
is-
when you only have one attack too, because if one misses, you're just like, well, all right, that was my
Yep.
turn. Who's
Well,
next?
Yeah.
Who's next?
Theros and Volus, you are up.
Sorry.
Theros, you see that both of your allies are being, actually all of your allies are being attacked by these creatures.
I get the heck out of Dodge. No, I'm kidding.
The nope clause has been activated.
Yes.
Good thing we
no.
went over the rules for the no
Um,
clause.
Is Volus... Volus is not flanking.
Volus is now flanking.
He
It
is
wasn't
now
before.
flanking. Oh, yeah,
he
that's
was
great, 'cause he's
flat-footed, but now
attacked.
that it's his turn, he can do stuff.
Okay.
He's gonna
Um,
save us.
well,
Music's
first, I guess...
intense.
Yeah.
First, I'm gonna,
gonna
I
die
guess,
next.
move my... How do I do the arrow thing again?
Q.
Is it? It's Q. Ah, thank you. Come here to flank the spider,
Okay.
and I
Do
guess
you roll an acrobatics to do so, or are you going to allow an attack of opportunity?
if I fail the acrobatic check, what happens? Is it still an attack of opportunity?
If you fail the check, they still get the attack of opportunity. Yeah.
Okay.
You might as well roll. Is the
So
answer.
then I'll
Most
go
of the
ahead and roll
So
acrobatics.
you have to beat their CMD. Okay. I have it here.
All right. So just roll acrobatics, not us. I don't have to do CMD.
Correct. Roll acrobatics.
Correct. Just an acrobatics check.
Might not do it.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. So they are going to make an attack of opportunity against you.
Gosh.
Oh man, that's insane.
No way. Are you
Stop.
kidding me right now? Are
It's
you
a
kidding?
natural 19 for 21 to hit.
You're lying. You're lying. Roll a
Pulling a
jet,
Grant,
GM.
Jason. I don't
Roll
like
a
it.
jet, GM. You're pulling a Grant.
I'm not even joking here. So you take 4 points of damage and roll a fortitude save.
Roll
Gosh.
high. This one really counts.
I get a +1 to fortitude checks because of my
Against poison. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That is not going to do it.
Oh my gosh! What's with these rolls?
You are poisoned by this spider venom. You take. I'll have to roll this. 1 point of strength damage.
Okay. Not the end of the world.
I can't,
Pretty bad.
I can't
And,
find the poison condition.
No, there's
It's
no
not a
condition.
condition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think the damage will affect you unless you get another one.
Yeah,
And then you'll
gotcha.
start taking a minus all strength based stuff.
And
I see.
this spider up here has a 6 to hit on his attack of opportunity, so he misses. So you get there just fine. Well, not just fine. One of them bites you, the other one misses, but you are able to get into that flanking position.
2 were able to make an attack on him?
Yeah, he had to
Should've-
move through a threatened square to get to there.
Only 1 should have had the reach.
This is a threatened square. This is a threatened square. He couldn't have gotten there without provoking from both.
Gotcha.
Couldn't he have gone like that?
That all of those are threatened squares.
Yeah, those are all threatened squares.
Not on my map. I must be lagging behind. Because where the one guy's down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's one guy right here.
Right. So did he provoke an attack of opportunity once or twice?
He
Each
left
of
this
them
guy's
got
threatened
one.
square, and then he went through this guy's threatened square.
Left the threatened square.
So
That's
two.
correct. That does provoke. I forgot.
Yep. So, but only the one down here hit, anyways. So you're able to get there with your move action.
Okay. And I'm still flanking, even though it.
Yep,
So
you
it's
are
attack
flanking
of
with
opportunity?
Nayari.
Okay.
Volus is flanking with Aiden. You're
Then
both-
I
The only
guess-
reason Volus didn't flank was because he hadn't acted yet in combat, so he had the condition called flat-footed.
Oh, shoot, Jason.
What's that?
I missed an opportunity.
Well, there's always
Well-
the future.
Oh, yes, you
Well,
did.
just get it the next time. I completely
Sucks to be
forgot.
you.
No kindness from him today. I don't know what's up.
No.
I guess
Theros.
I'll try to attack with my sickle, I guess.
Okay. Roll an attack, and we'll add 2 to it here. Whatever the result is from flanking, we'll add.
But we'll have to -1, right? Because the strength poison?
No. Strength.
No, you
doesn't-
only took 1 strength damage, so you're fine. Once you take 2, then you'll start taking penalties.
Gotcha.
So for now, it's just a normal hit.
My
Plus 2
God.
from flanking. That is still not enough.
Man. All right, Volus, you're the only hope now.
Volus has got all his flankings.
All
Go,
right, so he's
Volus,
just
go,
gonna
Volus.
I'm just gonna call out to Volus to go ham on these spiders.
Okay.
So he'll
Go ham on these spiders.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go.
Gosh.
So, Volus hits 3 times
Oh, crap.
for a total of
Nice.
16 damage.
Max damage on every single time.
That
He's the
spider
MVP.
had 16 hit points. It's now at 0.
That's great.
Oh my
Disabled.
gosh.
Now help me with this thing over here.
Volus heard what I said to my dad about him being the hero.
Aw.
Just feel
Yeah,
Good
Volus brings
bear.
it from full health down to disabled in 1 round.
Good
it
bear.
is, it is that spider's turn.
What's he gonna do?
Oh, he's going to take a bite at Volus. That is
Ruthless.
only a 15 to hit.
That's going to. I had the wrong page. That 15.
That'll
Yes.
just. Oh no.
Yeah, I think that'll hit.
I'll just hit.
That's
His AC
right, 'cause-
is 15.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Volus
Oh,
doesn't
we need
have
to
any
get that
armor,
bear
so
some
it does
armor.
hit. Okay, so Volus takes. Oh man, I roll great on d6s. 6 points of damage, and he has to make a Fortitude save.
Come on, bear.
And then this guy immediately goes unconscious.
Oh yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
He's done though.
So that spider takes its final bite as it then goes unconscious, and Volus seems to be just fine from the poison. Top of the round, Nayari.
All right. I'm okay. Free action, rage,
There
Sure,
you go.
yeah.
Cool.
and why not? I'm gonna add a destined strike on there. So
Yeah, you
Sure.
get that +1.
get my
So you're now
blood rage.
raging with Destined Strike and flanking.
Okay, so it's effectively a +3 to this roll.
It would be higher than that, but okay.
It'll be a lot higher than that. But that's
Unless
Why?
rage is calculated into the roll.
I put the buff on, so
So
it's
Destined
got
Strike
rage.
is not calculated in then?
No.
Okay. That's why.
So
it's
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I forgot. I do have a buff for that, but I didn't use it. So,
So a 16 to hit,
yes.
that will hit.
Oh,
And
that's
you
13.
deal max
13.
13 points of damage. It takes a huge hit. It is really rough now.
And you have
Okay.
your rage bonus to damage programmed in too?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Very nice.
And it is whose turn? Oh, well, you still have a move action.
I will. No, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
to just try to keep flanking.
Well, it is that spider's turn. And with that crazy hit, well, then again, Theros did come behind it. Yeah, but the hit was pretty big. It's going to attack you. Its survival instincts are going to attack you. It's only a 13 to hit.
Ooh, that's close. No hit.
With
Your
raging,
AC?
what is your AC?
14.
Oh, I was so close.
Yeah.
I almost had you. Okay, so it misses. And Aiden, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm going to delay for now and hope that he'll shout out like, "Orin, get behind it!" He'll yell out, and I'll delay.
Okay. Aiden delays. It is now the Ettercap's turn. The Ettercap is going to continue laying into Orin.
Oh no. Oh no.
First attack. That is 21 to hit.
Oh
My
God!
gosh, stop! No!
That was a natural 16. You take 6 damage and roll a fortitude save.
Great, or healer.
You're probably fine on the fortitude save, but the damage might get you.
Ooh.
Oh, hardy dwarf.
Yeah.
Still got 2 claws.
Oh my gosh.
It's natural 9, so it's a 14 to hit.
Don't
Nope.
say natural because I just assume it's like a natural 20.
And a 10 to hit. Claws aren't doing too great on this action, but it's an 11 to hit.
Well, they
How am I
get
still
their
alive? How
they
am I
get their
still
minus
alive?
5 though, you know.
And then let me just check something real quick. Oh, would you look at that? It's going to 5-foot step back here.
Curse you!
What a stinker.
What a stinker.
Aiden, I assume you shouted that out in common.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Just
I can
making sure.
understand.
It might be able to understand common.
That is the worst thing.
So it takes a step back, and Orin, it is now your turn.
This music is really like
Yeah,
so
I,
fitting. It's
I
freaking me
only
out.
speak Taldane, which is common in Nirmathis.
Gonna use one of my cure light wounds on myself.
I actually, can I? No, I can't jump in. All right, go ahead. You do your thing.
Okay,
Okay.
cast your Cure Light Wounds.
1d8 plus 2, right?
Yeah, that is correct. You gain 4 hit points.
I hate.
And you still have a move action if you would like to move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna backstep a little bit, and then
Sure.
yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my turn.
Aiden takes his turn. Let me just move your initiative. Go ahead.
Curses. He's gonna 5-foot step, pick up the bow, and then take an attack. Assuming
Okay,
I
it's a
can
5
pick
foot
it up.
step. Pick up the
Move
bow as a
action.
move action. Yeah, I think that works.
I think it works out. And
Make 1 attack.
I'm actually gonna take 2 attack with rapid shot. Oh, just kidding. It has to be a full attack action. So it'll be 1 attack at a +4 to hit. So hopefully this will go through. 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Okay, and then damage a D8 +4. 8.
8 points of damage. Okay, not bad.
Not bad. Not bad
You
for
hit
this
the
switch.
thing. You hit this thing in the shoulder, and it kind of hisses out at you, screeches out of you, kind of like the super high pitched screech of a spider.
Have a spider.
So that is your turn. Theros, you're up.
Card
Alright.
7 is common speaking garbage pieces.
Still flanking this spider, so I guess I'm just gonna focus my attention on it and
Yep.
I'm gonna try swinging at it again, I guess.
Okay. You're You're still flanking, so we'll add 2 to whatever this roll is. That
Oh
is
no!
it's still going to be a mess, unfortunately.
Worthless.
No, I don't think so. You're helping the
The
art.
the Theros is worthless, not Volus.
Okay.
And do I have to roll another fortitude check?
No, you weren't. Oh yeah, you were bitten by it. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your next fortitude.
Gosh, I can't
So this is-
roll anything good for Theros tonight. Good thing
Plus
the bear's
1 for the
there.
poison, right?
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
that roll plus 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not going to be enough. And you were just bitten by the spider, so this is just the spider's venom. You take another 1 point of strength damage. You're now at 2 strength damage.
Okay.
So now your attack and damage rolls and strength relevant skills take a -1 penalty.
Okie dokie.
That is Theros. What is Volus gonna do?
Volus is if he moves to attack this, it's gonna provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
No, he can
No.
5-foot step up to it without provoking.
No.
Go
5
here
foot,
or
a
there.
5-foot step does not provoke.
Would this be a flank? This
No.
no. Okay, so he won't be able to flank.
You
He'll just-
could. I'll give you some little tactical stuff here. You
Mhm.
could have had Theros 5-foot step up here on his turn, and then Volus could
After.
5-foot step here, and then you could have
Yeah.
flanked
Yeah.
because you
after
didn't
he
move as
attacked you.
Theros, so you could attack and then 5-foot step up here, which would not provoke, and then Volus could 5-foot step here, and then you'd be flanking with him.
Right.
But I can't do that now.
Yeah, you can. I'll let you do that.
Right. In the future, he won't be so kind, but he's just giving you advice. Like, this is.
Oh,
you know,
right,
how you
because
get it.
after your attacks, you can take a 5-foot step.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I'll give tactical advice like maybe once or twice, and then after that, I won't do it.
I don't think he'll be so kind to players like Sarah and I know.
Oh yeah, no, Josh isn't getting any of that.
And
Yeah.
I'm a really bad tactical player, so
I am not a bad tactical player. I have to be a little bit careful with how much I metagame, although I've been pretty good about it lately, I think.
I've just new, so thank you for the help. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Um,
roll your attacks with a +2 from flanking.
Okay.
Okay.
oh dang.
So what happens? The first attack hits. It had 3 hit points left, and it goes down to -1.
Oh, -1 right away.
Yes, the first attack knocks it down. So what that means is Volus can either stay there or he can move the rest of his movement. So movement -5 feet.
Even though
I
he
believe
took a
it's how-
5-foot step.
I believe that's
I think that's true.
no.
I think that
no,
since he
actually-
took a 5-foot step, he can do a move equivalent action, but he can't actually move at this point.
No, you can't move the same turn you do a 5-foot step. So no, that's it.
Right.
So yep. So the first attack kills him, but he cannot move because
What
he
they-
took a 5-foot step.
What they are talking about, though, normally, let's say that you take a full attack action when we have iterative attacks later and you kill them with your first one, that means that you still have the rest of your turn to take as if you had used a single action, even though you had said, I'm going to use a full round action, because it died before you had to expend all of your turn.
Okay.
So then you could do something else.
So that is Volus's turn. Nyari, you are up. There's only this one creature left. What are
Okay.
you gonna do?
I will 5-foot step. And I will use another Destined Strike.
Okay, number 2 Destined Strike. So we will add 1 to whatever this roll is.
No,
Unless
I'll put the
okay.
buff on.
So just whatever this roll is.
Okay.
Oh!
Now,
31! 31 slashing! Oh my gosh!
Woo!
Sorry, I didn't pull away from the
Look at
mic
Jason.
now.
You can see it. You see his anger that confirmed and hit that thing. Like he is visibly shaken by it.
He
Although-
wanted it to do
although
something cool that it didn't get to do.
It's actually a 26 to confirm because I don't get the Destined Strike on the critical confirmation, but it's
You
programmed
don't?
in.
Says
No,
who?
it's just a once because it's a separate roll. You only get it unless I were to use it twice, which I don't want to do.
well, darn, it had an AC 27. No, that is a confirmed critical hit. dealing 31 points of damage. It had 22 hit points left.
Ooh, yeah!
So Nyari, describe this kill for me.
Yeah, take it over to control, Sarah.
Yep, so she's facing the spider, and as it goes down, she just like whips around and like takes a big step, and just part of her whip is just like comes around with her axe and just cleaves the thing right in two.
Okay.
It's like
And,
in
like-
that movie. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
And it falls. I'll just let you know, it was going after you. It has 3 attacks, all at +5. Its bite does 1d6 + 2. Its claws each do 1d4 + 2. So
Yeah.
it was gonna lay into you very next turn, and I was hoping to maybe knock you unconscious. But
Probably could have with a 14 AC.
but
With
the
a 14 AC, that'll do it, yeah.
freaking
yeah.
time,
After that,
time
hardy
through
dwarf
criticals.
first.
Needless to say, I stop raging, and like after that hit, she just kind of like bends over and like puts her hands on her knees and is just like breathing really hard and effectively fatigued for a minute.
Okay. Combat is over. You guys are looking around. And again, like I said, you can see in the trees behind you, there are some corpses that seem to be like maybe travelers or somebody came through here. Somebody came through and got caught and just webbed up all like Frodo style. And there's I believe there are 2 corpses that you see hanging from the trees right where you're at. And then you also have the cabin up here that I accidentally revealed the insides of, but that's fine.
That was a fun combat. I actually really enjoyed that one. I thought it had a good dynamic to it.
Theros yells over to Aiden, I thought I told you no more spiders.
He lets out a little chuckle, and he goes, "It wasn't my choice, friend, but we did okay.
All things considered, I think it actually turned out better than last time.
I think it did. We didn't have Nyari last time, though. That is true."
Agreed.
And he'll,
I can handle spiders, but turtles, don't ask me to look at a turtle.
I will remember that. As
Please
he
don't.
says,
Please
as he
don't.
picks up his claymore that he dropped.
And she's just like taking her axe and like wiping it off on the ground, like if there's vegetation or something, she's gonna wipe. I don't know what color Eddencat blood is, but
It is purple.
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
There's a little bit of life and joy sparking back into Aiden. It definitely, the loss isn't gone and he's not there to acceptance, but like it's sparking back a little bit. He's enjoying fighting. You know, it's his first time that he's actually had to test his mettle. I think he's enjoying it in kind of a pugnacious sense almost. Yeah. So we regroup a little bit.
Okay. So what is
they-
everybody doing?
Are they thoroughly dead? Have we
Yep,
confirmed
they are
will
very
not
dead.
come
Yep.
back?
Yeah,
Okay.
making some coup de grace actions
Yeah.
as we're going
So,
I need
around.
to figure out how to unpoison
Orin will say a
myself.
small prayer to Torog and do a channel energy for everybody to heal
Okay.
up their little wounds. So 1d, what is that?
1d6.
1d6. Oh. Come on, better than the last couple ones.
Oh,
Get out of here.
Sorry,
Nice.
that was loud again.
I'll take it.
Woo!
Everybody who is down can take 1 hit point.
yay. Question, what do I have to do to get rid of poison?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So roll another fortitude save because you have not cured against the poison yet.
14 plus
boy.
1, 15 for me.
Oh, 15. Yeah, 15 is enough to cure it. I believe the spider poison only had 1 cure, so you are fine. You don't take any further. You don't take any further strength damage, but you did take 2. So for a while, you're going to be at the at that minus 1 penalty.
Is there anywhere I should write that down?
You can put it as a
10.
temporary
Okay,
modifier. That
Got it.
should do
Yep.
it, I think.
that did it.
Also, Theros, just a reminder, you have a vial of antitoxin on you, which if you drink it, you get a +5 bonus on fortitude saves against poison for 1 hour. So if we get into a spot where people are taking poison damage, that could potentially help pass a fortitude save. I
Vital
knew there was
information.
something. Yeah, there was something that we had that was useful.
So they speak common. I was not expecting that. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
they
it.
have an intelligence score of 6, and they speak common.
Oh, 6.
So yeah, he was trying
That's-
to get into flanking positions. He was trying to avoid getting flanked. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no, it's-
laugh, but that's only 2 lower than Nyari's intelligence.
Oh no.
no,
So-
it
Nice
was
think
cool.
alike.
It required a reapproach to the situation, which was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flanking is key. Like, that's a huge tactical advantage if we can get into flanking.
Yeah.
And that
I coulda-
bear, oh, that bear.
I could have taken one of you guys down if that crit hadn't happened.
Yeah.
I
Coulda
So-
done it.
forgot it's a ×3 crit. I'm not used to having ×3 crit weapons.
Yeah. As general strategy, and obviously, like Jason said, we can talk about this. It might give you a casual reminder, but good things are make sure you are in a good position or neutral position at worst if it gives you an advantage otherwise. So constantly moving to flanking or mutual flanking or those kinds of things are always good things to try to do. If you're ever in a disadvantageous position, don't be there. Try to get out. So if you're flanked by 2 enemies and you're not flanking anyone, create distance and space. If you see a potential flank like this guy did, take your distance, that kind of stuff. It's cool things.
Okay,
So-
what's everybody
move on
doing
to
now?
explore?
Is this the cabin that Auburn told us about?
I think it is. It looks like the redoubt she spoke of.
All right.
Watch your
well,
step now. I don't want any more spiders. Huh.
well, let's see. So, can I move up here and look at the bridge and see if it's something that can be crossed? Like, is it
Yep.
gonna hold up if we step on it?
Yep. I mean, it looks rickety, but you're testing it. It does look like it'll hold your weight.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Bow's still
Whoops.
drawn. This time I'm watching our flank and just making sure we're not followed or seen by any more spiders or what was the name of this creature again?
Editor
Ettercap.
cap.
Them as far as loot goes or meat. or
Not-
anything.
Not on their person, no.
But maybe we check the webs before we leave, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe the hanging bodies have something on them.
That's my thought. Or Aiden's thought.
So Nyari comes over here and she says, I don't see a door to this redoubt. It's very odd. I don't think we can get inside.
Given the ornamental staircase in the last place, it doesn't surprise me, really.
I don't know.
She starts
maybe-
whacking at the walls.
Hold up. Maybe it's a ranger trick. Let me take a look.
Turns out the ornamental staircase was a teleportation circle for this building.
It's just, there's an illusory wall like in Dark Souls.
I was just
You
saying,
have
is there
to
this
find it.
tiny like little place that I have to tap in the wood, like, and then strike it with a dagger to get it to open, or something stupid?
Can we all do perception
Roll
checks?
a perception check.
Oh, we were all joking. I totally did not realize that there's not a door here. That's awesome.
Wait, if that's actually a thing,
That's really funny. Perception.
yuck.
Okay. So you're
Yuck.
both looking at this building, and there is a door there. It is
On this
not.
side.
No, it's not like it's intentionally hidden, but it does blend in with the building just by nature of how it's constructed.
Mhm.
It's not like difficult to spot, but you have to look for it to find exactly where the door is.
It's like it doesn't have a frame, but if you look closely, you can see the outline of the door. Like it just
Basically.
blends in with the rest of the wood.
Basically, yeah. But you
So-
can make your way into the building, and now everybody in the area who's just searching the building or searching anything, just go ahead and roll a perception check to see what you find in here.
Can we take 20?
Sure, if you want to take the time. to
Yeah, I
take
think
20.
we'll take the time, or at least
Okay.
I see everything.
So you're
You do
searching.
see everything.
You're searching around and you're being pretty careful about all of this.
2
make
minutes.
make a survival check.
All right, I got you.
Everybody or just one person?
Uh,
Or do we aid people?
Yeah, how do you want to handle that?
Just one person do it for now,
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure any of you would pass this. So I'm only gonna have to one person to roll
We'll
it.
handle.
Justin,
we'll
you
give
have
to
the biggest
Orin.
survival. Yeah.
Okay, somebody else roll as well.
I got it.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
It was only DC 15, and I figured one of you was gonna pass it, and I figured yeah, okay.
Well, we
Um,
aided Darius.
So you guys are here, and you can tell pretty quickly that this place has been abandoned. Theros can tell it's probably been abandoned for a good 2 weeks since the last time anybody had been here, which is plenty of time for an ettercap and some spiders to find the area and start making it their own home. You are all looking around in here, and you're taking your time, and you find in the small not fireplace but like pit where they would have a small fire set up inside, you find a half-burned letter that you look at, and most of it is very burnt. You can't make out much information on it at all, except for the words Rangers and Trevale.
Is that capitalized like a name?
Both of those words are capitalized, yes.
Can you spell Trevale?
Trevalay.
Got it.
I meant to ask also, by the way, how we would handle if I took my horse with me on these days.
That's up to you.
Okay. I just meant like combat and that kind of stuff. Would it be on the map or?
Probably not.
How many provision points do you get from a horse? It's a lot of horse. I mean,
Please do not kill Jasper.
You also find another letter. This one is in perfect condition, but you're looking at it and it seems to be encoded in some way. You, Aiden, from your knowledge of the Rangers, you're assuming like maybe they copied a letter over, encoded it, and then burnt the original. So this encoded letter here, you can try to decipher with a linguistics check. It will take a long time to do that.
I wonder if
And the
Auburn
DC is
knows the
high.
code.
Yes, the Rangers talk in code sometimes. Oberyn taught me that. I think they change, right? Because she had mentioned
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
The codes change pretty often. Auburn could probably give you a pretty hefty circumstance bonus to the check, given
they
her
change.
knowledge of these ciphers, but chances are they've changed ciphers since she's been here, so she would not be able to figure it out herself.
He'll relay as much that he's not really he's kind of an initiate member, but not really. He's not enough to know anything like the secrets, so he just knows of them and that they talk in ciphers and that they change regularly, especially to avoid interception from Malthuni troops and other. So he would know all that, and he would also say maybe Auburn could help us decipher them, but he can't read them himself.
Is anybody trained in linguistics?
No.
Okay, so
Probably not any of the NPC skills either, is it?
it would be impossible for you guys at this time to decipher it, but
Great.
just you have a coded message that at some point you might be able to figure out.
He'll explain, the Rangers are very good at what they do. Things are left hidden pretty well, unless you're in the know. Did we find anything else?
No, it looks like this place was cleaned out pretty well. You don't know if maybe the last Rangers or somebody came here and took everything with them. You're not sure, but it doesn't look like there's too much in here.
Well,
Does
remind
anyone-
me. Go ahead.
I was going to say, does anyone have like a knowledge local to roll against Trevale? I don't know if it's a knowledge local.
Or
it sounds like a
geography?
name. I
Be a
don't know if
place.
anyone would know it. Yeah, I don't have either of those, so I
Is
cannot.
it a place, Jason?
You can attempt knowledge local or geography.
Okay.
Aiden's never heard of it.
I've never heard of it, but that doesn't mean it's not a place.
Maybe someone back at the camp can give us guidance on this. I've been here for 2 years, but I didn't really leave Phaendar very often, so I don't know much of the surrounding areas. If
Well,
it is a
it's-
place.
It's true. Many places are secret. Not many even know of Gristledown. And they keep things tight to the chest.
Theros. Yeah, with your background, yeah, you wouldn't know.
Bummer.
You've never heard of it either.
Bummer.
Hmm.
Out of game, I was going to say
I
two
was
things.
giving Aiden a pretty hefty bonus, but no.
Yeah, there are a lot. There's actually like at least 4 off the top of my head of just secret societies that live within the Fangwood as well, but people who aren't from them wouldn't necessarily know about the Rangers use and all of Chersonado. There was another question. Remind me, in real life, the purpose of a redoubt. It's just like a place where like Rangers could come, stay for a night, and have an established shelter, and then move on the next day, kind of thing,
Yep.
right?
Basically, it's just a quick stop and
Yeah.
go.
I believe I have used one in my hiking travels. I've been to a redoubt and then stayed there for the night, and then cleaned up when I was done. Happy to go the next day. It's pretty cool.
Well, the only thing I can say before we move on is maybe check those bodies that were hanging in the webs and see if there's anything of use on them. I don't know if there's going to be any food, but there might be other provisions.
That might be good. That's a good thought. And we'll head that way.
Okay, so you guys are heading over into this area where the spiders came from, getting over to the hanging corpses of the 2 humanoids there. And you kind of cut them down and you cut them open, and you see that there's a number of things here. I assume somebody prepared detect magic for the day.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so casting detect magic, you notice that one of them is wearing a magical suit of armor. One of them is wearing a magical cloak. One of them has a masterwork short bow with 15 magical arrows and 1 sleep arrow. The other has a masterwork light mace, a holy symbol of Erastil,
Interesting.
I like a wrestle.
and a scroll tube containing 1, 2, 3, 4 scrolls.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's a good haul.
So we have 2 spellcrafts. I'll say.
Wait.
There's
mine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so with Theros casting detect magic and the other 3 of you doing spellcraft, I assume to aid him,
Yes.
I'll say that you can figure out. So the armor is +1 chain shirt.
Nice.
Oh, stupid
The
spreadsheets.
Not for me.
the cloak is a cloak of resistance +1.
Classic.
me?
Good stuff.
For
That
is
me.
That is good stuff.
The magical arrows are 15 +1 arrows.
Nice.
I think I already mentioned the sleep arrow.
Yes.
Masterwork
Which-
short bow, Masterwork light mace, holy symbol of Erastil, scroll tube. So the scrolls in the scroll tube are, there's 1 scroll of charm animal, 1 scroll of cure light wounds, 1 scroll of lesser restoration,
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
and 1 scroll of plant growth.
Oh,
Pant growth.
Nice.
That's
And-
what I wrote.
that's good.
And,
What,
and everybody roll another perception check as you're searching the area to see if you notice anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
oh, sorry, I've got your character sheet open, Sarah, and I keep being like, why? Where is everything? What is going on?
Quit playing my character, Josh.
I'm
So-
not trying to.
Theros and Nyari are able to look around, and you see several scattered gemstones in the area, and altogether you're able to find 3 agates agates. I think that's how it is. Agates. Agates, whatever it is. Each worth 10 gold. 1 star rose quartz worth 55 gold.
Oh, goodness. Okay, 55.
And 4 amethysts worth 110 gold each.
That'd be great if we had a need for gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Anywhere to sell them.
Look at all this loot that we can't sell.
Can't do anything with.
What good
This will
is
really
gold
help people alive.
when you are hungry?
You can
Hey, maybe
Hey.
you'll come across somebody in the forest who's like, "Hey, you guys got any gemstones?"
Does plant growth grow food plants?
Yeah, he's got like bread set marked up 1,000%. It's like this piece of bread is 100 gold pieces. It's like, no.
Excuse me?
Okay, so
And that is everything you find here.
Sarah had a question I was going to ask, and it was a good one. Does plant grow provide plant nourishment?
I highly doubt the spell
it does
says that,
not.
but I'll look.
Grasses, briars, bushes, creepers, thistles, trees, vines, and so on. It's just normal
Raspberries or
vegetation.
thistles?
Your horse will appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool,
I
cool,
can get
cool.
feed for my horse. from that.
Well, okay,
Okay.
let's real quick because this could come in handy. This cloak of resistance gives a +1 to every saving throw if you wear it. So who needs it the most?
Not me.
No?
Mm-mm.
The resistance, cloak of resistance.
Yes.
I could take it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
So I'm the squishiest. Anything will help, I guess.
Yeah, and you're one of the healers, so you really don't need to be doing or taking damage on your own.
And I was gonna say my saves are already.
Are they good?
My
Okay.
only thing is my will save is really low. I only have a 1 in will.
Oh yeah, resistance is
Yeah,
against that
my
stuff.
reflexes is bad, but my fortitude, and my will are really high.
What's a
Let me
high
look at
will?
this.
I don't
What's
have
a
any-
high will? I have a 2.
I have 7 in will.
I have an 8.
Oh, this is interesting.
5 in
Very
fortitude.
interesting.
So I don't know. Maybe if resistance is gonna help out Josh more, Aiden more, then maybe should go to Aiden.
Well-
I'm not sure it would.
Yeah, it's also tough because if he's planning on being more ranged some of the time, and if you
Yeah.
need to get up and heal people, you could get in melee. So
True.
I personally think Thero should take it, but
I concur.
I don't know what it does, so I'll defer to you.
You get a +1 in everything, so just go ahead and tally that in.
does anyone want the chain shirt? Because I would take it.
I would let you take it because it's a masterwork change shirt, right?
It's a +1.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, so it essentially would still only have a -1 armor check penalty, and I would get a bonus to AC. 2 points to AC.
My
And
AC
then
would
Do I
be
never
down
have to heal about this shield again?
I might forgive you if you let me take the
Yes,
shirt.
go ahead. Do the shirt. Do it.
I have a
okay with
hide
that.
shirt if anyone can fit into a. I don't know what size she would wear, but
No, go for it.
Theros, do you want a hide shirt at all? Oh, it's like 18 pounds. Yikes.
18 pounds.
That's a very heavy shirt.
It is made of
Hide,
hide.
It's leather.
Yeah. it's thick.
So
Yeah,
you'd have
that-
on. It,
That would put me at a medium load.
would it?
Yeah.
Okay. We can back pocket that for another day. One thing I asked Jason about that I thought might be interesting. So our NPCs have craft skills. Are they just generic craft skills, Jason?
So, go ahead, Jace.
I gave them each specific craft skills.
Oh, you did.
Did
Oh.
anyone take craft leather?
Yep.
Okay, so here was my thought. I asked Jason about this, and he said, if we have existing armor, could we have somebody recraft it to be armor for Volus? and he said if they had craft leather, it might take a long time, but they might be able to rework it into armor that would work for the bear. Because the Volus doesn't currently have armor, does he?
No, he does not.
Okay, so we could take
That'd be
we could
handy.
take the hide shirt and just, I mean, if it's not doing anything in the background, we could just have somebody maybe working on that to see if it could fit the bear.
Although I've always been confused about craft skills. If you have them, you don't just have one, because it's based on the ranks that you invest as a PC class. How does it work for NPCs?
I mean, if you have a single craft skill, then you do only have one. I'm not sure what you're.
Well, okay, but you get to pick what it is when you invest a rank in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so am I correct in saying that a +1 chain shirt has a +5 armor bonus
Sounds right.
and a -1 armor check penalty? Speed is still fine. I don't care about arcane spell failure. Okay. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my gosh, my AC is 18.
Ooh.
Never
I'm
want to
gonna
hear
live
another word
ever.
about that shield.
You got
But
the
if I also
same-
had the shield, it
Oh
could
my
have
God.
been even higher. Could have been what, like a 20?
You've got the same AC as Iden does.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
For a
pretty
level
high.
2 character, that's not too shabby.
It's your shield that brings you up. I was like, how did you do that?
I do. Ah! Hold on, I just need to move this in alphabetical order and then you
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm not in your character sheet anymore.
can.
It's
Nope,
all
you're fine.
yours.
I just was in the middle of dragging it up and then it went to a different tab. Oh no. Did it mess up other things?
Great. So from what we've seen, there's nothing left here, right?
Correct.
Correct. You have found everything of value you think here.
All right. So then I think we'll bed down for the night in the Redoubt.
Okay.
That's probably a good idea.
Trying to think. Yeah, all of us could fit in there. It'll be a tight squeeze, but we could fit.
Didn't we find a mace?
Yes,
A
light
masterwork
masterwork
light
light
mace.
mace. Taking that?
No.
Oh. Did I not write that down?
No.
Apparently I did not.
That's the only reason I mentioned it.
Why? I thought I wrote it down. Maybe that was in my head.
You use a
Cool.
warhammer, right?
Yeah.
That's because of that Torag goodness. It's his
Yeah.
favorite weapon.
Nice.
Okay.
All right,
So
so-
you guys bed down. For
Snuggle
the
up
night
on this
there.
one bed. So
Oh.
cozy.
So now 2 days.
Volus
have
hops
passed.
on. With the-
I will happily snuggle with the bear.
Oh boy. All right. I gotta switch the date now.
I really don't like that he's tracking days because something is gonna happen. I just have a bad feeling. All right, so we heal our level plus con again.
Yep.
Oops, I get rid of my temp HP. I don't act. Oh shoot.
Oh dear.
No, I didn't take any other damage. Okay. So that's 4, 8. Whoa. Whoa. What is happening? What is happening? If I try to. What is happening? I'm trying to
There-
fix my HP and it's going negative.
I guess you're just helpless. But
Wait.
Looks like I'm getting a chainmail shirt.
Look,
Oh,
it's
if you
working for
don't
me.
have the num lock on, it does weird things. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay. So we get how much Constitution plus 2?
your level.
Your modifier plus your level. Yep.
So
Plus,
5.
it's at the end of the day, so if you wanted, you could probably expend your heals again.
Yeah. We'll just do that. I had 2 left, so.
And tonight, I'm gonna play things a little bit more cautious because we're as close as we are to like legitimate threats. So I will spend some time setting up a fish line and bell trap, which I have a few. I have 4, so I can make a perimeter. Or maybe I have 8. Let me check.
Should we take turns keeping watch?
Well, that's why I was going to mention the bell tripwire trap, which I have, and figure out. I think I can completely surround the cabin, so we could have somebody, but this will be pretty okay.
So each one can make a 10-foot long tripwire. So with 8, I could section off at least the door, and that would be pretty good. Here is its link. It actually has a DC and everything for a disabled device, and the perception to hear it, and the perception to see it are all laid out. So I'll go ahead and lay one of those by the door. It should take me about 15 minutes, I think it says. 5 minutes to properly set it up. So. And I couldn't secure a full perimeter. I don't want the horse to die, but so maybe with my horse here, I would like to have somebody watch a shift. So he'll volunteer to take the first one as he's setting up the trap, and you guys are getting ready for bed, and he's finding a place for his horse to stay.
Theros is willing to take next shift.
Okay. Everybody who takes a shift can roll a perception check.
Yep, I'll trap the door, and I'll trap the one side of the bridge, so that if we hear anything approach from either of those, we'll know about it.
Does a night's rest eliminate that poison to strength?
You would regain 1, which means you'd have 1 point of strength, and at that point, it's not even worth really tracking. So you'll be fine once the morning comes around, basically.
Oh.
Oh, I just realized I was doing my things wrong. I was starting at 9 and going down instead of starting at 0 and going up.
And Jasper consumes another instance of feed, which I am not quite running low on, but I was not prepared for a multi-day trek. I was prepared to go to Gristledown back. So.
Nice.
And by Gristledown, I mean Phaendar.
So you guys alternate watches. Both of you rolled pretty well. So throughout the night, you don't see anything because, again, it's darkness, so neither of you can see very well. But you hear skittering in the trees, but nothing comes terribly close to you. And eventually the night passes without you being harassed directly or any means, but the morning comes. What would you like to do?
Same thing. I'm going to take my survival check, if possible, to get some food for us for the day.
Okay. Will be a higher DC in this area.
In swampland, nope, I know.
Yep.
But same thing as part of the preparations as they were bedding down for the night. He'll be laid some snares and set up his bell wire traps and all that kind of stuff. Can't find as much today, it doesn't seem.
No, you're able to find enough for basically 2 of you.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's a higher DC. No, you don't find anything.
Oh, I find nothing.
Yeah.
I'm still carrying enough food rations on Volus if everybody needs some. I have 4 trail rations.
I have 2, so I can consume one of my own.
I have 14.
Oh.
This
I
dwarf
conveniently
likes to
didn't
eat.
get any of those.
I will share a ration.
This
So
is why
you
we
just-
buy kits, Sarah.
So we wake up and you see Volus and Naira are sitting on the bed and they're just sharing a snack. You take some, I'll take some, you take some.
Cute.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wouldn't normally care about this small detail so much, except that it's a big part of this campaign is the aspect of surviving the Fangwood and keeping track of our food supply and what we have access to. I think that I'm okay with making it a habit to see what we do and don't get.
Yep.
So I think that morning, as we're kind of sitting around and eating, Nayari will kind of look at Orin and say, "It's been some time and I haven't brought this up, but I know that there was some issues with that shield back in Phaendar, and I don't understand. I don't know what that means to you, and in the moment it was hard to understand your feelings about it, but would you explain to me why you were so averse to me using it?
Orin will look up from eating his food and look at Volus and Nyari and Lassie. It's the hated enemy of the dwarves. They they hunt us. They enslave us. They create false goods. They're the most evil representation against the dwarves, and it's completely against what we believe in, and so I could not let you use that shield. It egregious beyond belief.
She'll nod and she'll say, well, that's good to know. I don't know the gods very much. We didn't really worship them where I came from. I don't really take stock in them myself. I believe they're out there, but I have never felt the presence of one before. My mother was a big worshiper of Desna, which is why I've carried some Desna items with me, just keepsakes. But to me, it was just a piece of wood, and I'm sorry, I don't want it to cause any tension. I don't want to offend you in any way. So all I ask is that you just help me in the future with things like this, because I don't understand.
Aiden, I'm assuming, will kind of have been like awkwardly eating while they're just kind of like fighting around him, kind of thing.
Everybody's just in the room, just
Yeah, he's got like a bowl of cereal,
Like sitting, staring at the wall, just eating.
It's just like
Volus isn't looking at anything but the food in your hand. And Nyari's just
like
looking
mid-conversation, I just without looking, just handing to Volus.
just handing food over to him.
But he is interested in the conversation, and even though he doesn't know many of the dwarven guys, he does respect some, and so he'll chime in. You know, I know about the gods. My grandfather, the priest, Phaendar, he taught me well. They are not just real, Niadi. They affect our lives, and there is cause to like some and to hate even others. So maybe it is something you learn about.
Well, for my people, all power is manifested in nature. And the gods manifest themselves through nature. And that is how I grew up, and that is how I've lived. So when I left that place, I didn't really fit in. There's so much to this world that I didn't know about coming south, and I learned something new every day. So again, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you.
I'm not offending anyone, and there are lots of people that view the world different ways. Some. Would he know about like the Green Faith? I mean, he knows about Gozra, but I doubt he would know the Green Faith.
There was a shrine to the Green Faith in Phaendar.
Yeah, so he'll mention like there are many who worship nature, or even see nature as all there is. So don't feel alone, or don't feel jaded because of our differences. But it is good to know where others stand, I think.
Real quick, Father Nolan was a worshiper of Erastil?
Erastil.
Okay,
Yep.
so she'll kind of be like, oh, we found this last night, and it means nothing to me. Maybe it means something to you, but I know that your grandfather cared very deeply about Erastil. And she'll hand over the holy symbol of Erastil that they found on the bodies, and she'll say, again, it may not mean anything to you, but it may bring back some memories.
It does mean something to me. Thank you, Niari of the Snow Mask. You have been kind and patient with me, as I have been needing patience to be had. So, and he just trails off on his own thoughts.
You'll have to be patient with me as well. I often let my anger get the best of me in the moment, and I do not mean it. For so long, I've only had to care about myself and my close companions, and to be part of something bigger is something I have not felt in a long time, and I'm still trying to grow accustomed to it. But right now, all we have is each other, and we're not going to get through this if we don't have each other, so...
It is hard
to grow accustomed to it. But we are all a part of Nirmathis, and I think that means that we are all a part of, well, doing our best to help those around us, to fight back, as Sarah said.
While all you guys are talking, Theros is just quietly brewing tea. Very happy that everybody's peacefully being resolved, as he hates any kind of conflict, and just seeing his companions come together. He's not one to really get involved in a lot of social interaction either, so just hearing this stuff it brings peace to his heart, and he's enjoying hearing his companions getting along.
What's his face? Iden will actually ask for some tea once it's finally made, and will humbly, he'll offer to pay you a copper piece for it, I think, or something like that, or some kind of small token of gratitude, because he also loves tea.
And Theros will just kind of playfully, there's no need for that, my friend. If you must, consider the time with the spider payment enough.
I really do want to hear the story of this spider. It's come up quite often. So maybe not now, but someday I do want to hear about this encounter you had.
The next campfire. Ferris tells it best, I think.
That is one thing I do miss about my tribe, is we told great stories. You don't get that very much down here, but maybe.
Well,
like you said, the next campfire.
Yes.
For now, the day is young, and I feel we should get on the move as soon as possible.
And Orin will just take a deep breath and just, no worries, lassie. I'm not that mad at you. It was a hell of a night. And then
certainly was.
Lets it go. Lets it go.
Oh, good.
He gets it.
He gets it. He knows.
You just saw a shiny shield. I don't blame you.
Yeah. She thought it was her boss's shield.
Right.
What's the worst that it could
What's
be?
the big deal?
Yeah,
What's the big deal?
It's a +1 even. What?
It's got a swastika on it. No big deal. It's fine.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Well, to be fair, I don't think that she would be as familiar with that item as
yeah.
No, she has no clue. She
No.
knows the holy symbol of Erastil because she's been in Phaendar and she saw that at the shrine when she would visit Father Nolan. She knows Desna because of her father, and I think her people probably worshipped Gorham to some extent, so she's probably familiar with Gorham, but outside of that, she doesn't really care outside of
Droskar. Why would she?
Yeah,
why would you know the dwarven gods? Do you know the elven gods?
Nope.
She doesn't even really know Torag at all, so
right.
And Torag would be the one that other races would be most familiar with, if any at all, because he's the most often worshipped in some of the major cities like Absalom and others that have a long congregation of other cultures. But else, the minor dwarven gods, it's hard to say who would know.
And Kining's not an actual Durgar? Is that how you say it? Durgar. She's not. She's just an exile. She's not an actual.
No, she's a normal dwarf.
Yeah.
who's wearing a hat of disguise.
Dun, dun.
Oh, there will be suspense motives at some point. Trust me.
All right.
Okay.
So
Roll
we
for
have
our track. Another day has passed. We will have 2 NPC actions to take and resolve.
okay.
Yep,
So
noted.
let's aid. I think again, Orin has the highest survival, so I'm going to aid. I do aid.
As will I.
Sorry.
Will I? That was a
that's not
quality
what I wanted to
roleplay, guys. Way to go.
There we go.
Oh,
3 aids, 2, 4, 6. Just multiple.
oh,
Okay.
Theros rolled perception.
Okay. So 3 aids, which brings you to a total DC of 18.
Probably
I
20 to get a
believe-
full day's travel.
Yeah, so I believe you only have 6 hexes worth of movement today.
Well, we're doubling back to town anyway, I think, unless we wanted to try to split the difference through the forest and get to. Well, let's review
the quest log.
Well, okay, so what do we have that needs to go back?
We didn't find any provision points,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if there's any reason that we have to rush back because we don't have
No.
anything to take back.
There's no quite reason to rush back, except that it's faster to travel to get to one of the other directions, and to the shortest distance between 2 points is a line, yes, but it's also pretty hard to chart through unknown territory. So just as an option,
I just didn't know if we wanted to go straight up and try to cut off whatever was to the east.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to get just now. So we've got Gristledown, which we pretty much know where it is. We've got the Hermit to the north, and the Abandoned Hunter's Lodge to the northeast.
I have a feeling.
Hunter's Lodge.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we need to have our camp set up somewhere a bit more sheltered and permanent here soon. I feel that's going to be an important.
I would really like to begin the march to Gristledown, but without those additional provision points, I can tell you, because I did the NPC actions, it's going to be rough in camp, and they might not be in a good position to be able to travel, because a decent number of them might be fatigued based on how many shelters we get up. So if we don't get enough shelters, it's going to be hard to travel. So we have a few days anyway that we have to get ourselves to a point where we can then consider relocating.
That's true.
As a group.
It's also bad though, because I'm just envisioning if this is a well-coordinated group in Phaendar of hobgoblins, that they may take a few days to get things squared away there, but then I would just start trying to track down any survivors.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous about time passing and potential for issues at the
Maybe
camp.
we want to get even further into the forest, all the way to the great northeast.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe we can get to the hunter's cabin and then move the group there. I think that's further from Gristledown, but at least it's a little bit further from Phaendar.
And we would get
more
some
shelter,
which is really your survival number one priority.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my headspace is.
Agreed.
I'm done with
The
that.
northeast.
So we'll go north 3 hexes. It's going to go here, 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 I think, unless you guys want to head off that space and clear it away. I just say discover new, but
Yeah.
Use it all for new.
okay. So we're going to go in this one here. Let's count the hexes clockwise, with 1 being here for the ease of saying things. So we'll go to hex space number 1.
Okay.
I thought Jason froze for a second.
Jason's
good.
he's like, I had to sit through all that, so
So that's an open area, so I'll reveal some of the areas that you could see.
I will
over
say,
here.
as a GM, my players role playing is my favorite thing in the whole world.
Yeah,
Because you just get to sit back and relax. You don't have to
Relax.
do anything.
You're listening to
Nice.
them. You're enjoying the story as a bit of a
Yeah.
passerby, but you also pick up on what's going through their minds, what's their experience in this, and then it can help you plan for future sessions. It's definitely my favorite part as well.
So are we
All
going
right.
here or here?
I'd say space number 6.
Here? Okay.
Yeah, that's my vote. I mean, we can.
Mhm.
It's
Go
just
for it.
I'm in.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then space number 1 to finish the
Oops.
day.
Yeah, like right there to finish the day. Yeah.
Get one more firework. There we go. Nothing interesting.
Oh, goodness.
No, and we camp in the woods today. Hopefully, we'll have an opportunity to get more game as a result, so our provisions won't have to be tapped into.
What's that circle?
I just put an aura on it. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What's that circle?
What is that circle?
Don't you dare!
Brace yourself.
And Jason's like, and roll initiative. No!
No.
Okay. So you guys bed down there for the day.
Yes. And does everybody have sleeping things?
Yes.
I have a blanket.
Do you have a tent?
Theros has a Volus.
I have a tent and
I have a tent
a blanket
Okay. Nope.
and a
and a
bedroll.
blanket.
I have-
A bedroll. Yeah.
I have both a blanket or a tent and a hammock. So
I left my bedroll at the camp for somebody else to use, so I'll just take one for the team.
I offer.
Well, no.
Well, Theros will offer his bedroll and to Nyari and say, I'll just cuddle it with Volus. He usually likes to anyway.
and he'll chime in. I can sleep in the trees. I've done that before. I carry a hammock, but Jasper has a tent with him, and he'll go to the bag and pull it out. I'll even set it up for you if you'd like.
I really am okay. I'm quite used to this myself. I don't want to inconvenience any of you. So
He's setting it up as you're talking. See, there you go. That will be good. And he'll also spend, what's 5 times 8? 40 minutes, a little less than an hour, setting up a perimeter with tripwire and bell traps. Finding a tree to tie
Smart.
Jasper to, and then setting up a hammock. I'm assuming it's kind of like an overcrowded, the trees overhang a lot, so I think it's fairly reasonable to assume that I could find 2 that are close enough that I'm in the air and am able to tie a hammock between them.
Can I do a survival check to rummage for food?
yeah, I was gonna see if I could go hunting.
Yeah. Let y'all take care of
wow.
it today. I've been hunting
Okay.
a lot, so.
Yep, Orin is able to salvage up enough food, enough wildlife, game to feed all of you guys for the day.
Oh my gosh, is anyone else having an absolute blast? Like,
I'm gonna.
I know it's like really boring and mundane stuff that we've done comparatively.
We
but,
set
like,
up tents, perimeter, went hunting. It's been great. It's been great.
I just can't shake the sense of foreboding I have as a player that something terrible is going to happen.
it really is looming there because
Yeah.
as a player also, but even as a character, I think that somewhere in the back of their minds, like they're doing fine now, and I think that there's probably like in the back of their mind, like we're in the Fangwood, like we're safe in the Fangwood. This is what we've always done. But what they've always done is also not been attacked like suddenly out of nowhere by a
Tower
giant
out of the
tower.
middle.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
What's always worked is definitely in doubt for a lot of our minds, I imagine. So we're probably having those thoughts as we're struggling to get everyone together and move someplace safe. Or like, is that safe? What is safe in Nirmathis? Is it, and that's probably there for sure.
All right, so
Okay.
survival for the next day.
Yep, day 3. So we've got 3 NPC actions.
Sorry, I'm not gonna help on that one.
Ari does not aid this time.
I thought you were gonna say you're not gonna help us figure out the NPC actions. I was like, 1 week was hard enough, Sarah. I really hope I do have some help for this. 3 days is a lot. Okay.
Yikes.
So even if Aiden does aid, that's going to be another 6 X's worth today.
Curses.
Short
So
dwarf.
sorry.
Kidding.
I
Well,
see
we are-
trees.
He's like climbing over logs while we're just like leaping over them.
You said, by the way, I assumed I could take the arrows.
Oh yeah.
So he'll go ahead and replace that. And then a sleeping arrow. What does that do, Jace?
I have no idea.
All right, I'll look it up.
All right, so 15 plus 1 arrows and 1 sleep arrow I'm going to remove from our sheet.
Sleep arrows are kind of expensive.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, it's such a low will save, though. DC 11 will save or fall asleep.
Yep.
That's so low.
All right, so are we going 1 or 6?
Oh.
6 or 1?
Stay there.
Yeah.
1? Okay.
Go deeper, not towards camp.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm letting y'all handle this and doing inventory management stuff.
Yep.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just reveal this one here.
Sounds like an old man there, Jay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes! Yay!
What is it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes, we found
There's
something.
a token.
the
Yay!
Ironfang Legion has a tower here.
Yeah, right.
man.
The stone
Oh,
tower sits in the middle of the woods. No.
To be
Man.
fair, every token we've hit has had enemies, so maybe we shouldn't be saying yay.
Darn it, that one check really is gonna.
Yeah.
Darn it, because then we could have bed down there for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So you guys are traveling, and you are walking down this small path in the forest, and it looks kind of worn, almost like somebody's maybe walked through here in the past. And as you're going, you begin to hear some noises up ahead, some rustling of foliage and whatnot. You're getting close and you're kind of looking, and you see a very strange creature that probably none of you have seen before. Who has... Darn it, I have to look it up again.
Dungeoneering, nature.
Who has knowledge nature?
Me.
I do. Nayari does.
I believe. So roll a knowledge nature check.
It's not great. I'll try to. Can I aid?
Oh,
No.
nice.
I don't aid.
Okay.
Just don't rely on me for anything.
Aiden and Theros, you're able to identify this creature as a centaur.
Oh,
Whoa.
That doesn't sound good.
It doesn't
Are they
necess-
friendly?
They're interesting. What do we know about centaurs?
So you would know centaurs are large, half human, half horse creatures. The majority of them are neutrally aligned. They just like true neutral. They tend to be pretty isolated. They don't usually bother with the affairs of the humanoid races. They kind of keep to themselves a lot. They are intelligent creatures, just like any other sentient race. They can speak a number of different languages, and so on.
And they have an ungodly number of race points. If you ever want to play one, your GM will never
Yeah,
let you.
if you were, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, they're insane. They got like 29 or 32 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, you kind of stumble across this very handsome-looking centaur, and you can see that he's kind of like horse sitting on the ground. I don't know how to. But he's just kind of there on the
Stand
ground.
down. Standing,
He's,
right?
well, no, he's not.
So
he's
wait,
not
wait, wait.
standing.
Rested.
So they're like
Oh,
like
okay, so-
horse, like all four are on the ground, not
Yeah.
sitting.
Yep. Yep.
Like
he's,
Gotcha.
okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
like a dog.
no, he's on the
Has,
ground.
has he acknowledged our
Um,
presence yet?
Roll a stealth check.
Okay. And are we here technically in this square?
Yeah, you're in that square.
So everybody.
Yeah,
has
he
to
knows
roll?
we're here.
Oh shoot.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, good
Nice.
God
so
in
I
heaven.
clobber up to him.
So you guys are there, and you can see that he has, like a small fire. This is still first hex of movement, so it's still early morning. He's got a small fire there in front of him, and it looks like he's got some barley and apples that he's just eating for his morning meal. And he absolutely notices three of you with those rolls. And
We're
he
just
looks
carrying
over,
on a conversation as we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he looks over in your direction and he says, "Hello, travelers. I do not see many people in this part of the Fangwood, especially not of your kind." And he looks at you guys and he says, "Can I help you? What are you doing in this area? Would you like to join me for a meal?"
Can I sense motive?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Sure.
It's not gonna do any good because
If you would like to
zero.
sense motive.
He's a really nice centaur.
I think so.
Holy crap!
Oh,
I don't
Justin.
even. Oh, Justin. Okay.
So,
Do
so
I
at this
know
point,
his intentions?
Nayari's already sitting down eating some of the food that he's offered.
Well, I'm
So-
just suspiciously staring at him.
So what are you trying to sense motive? He's just said hello and he's asked if you want to come eat with him. What are you trying to sense from him? What is this sense motive for?
Does he seem genuine? Like genuinely?
He's genuinely asking what you're doing here and if you guys want to eat with him. Yeah, I mean,
Like he
So
doesn't
I
seem
was gonna-
suspicious at all?
No,
I
it's a
mean,
centaur
do
in
you,
the
do you
Fangwood.
think that, like, you as a player, do you think that he's suspicious? I mean, I'm trying to ask, like, is there something that you as a character are looking for about him that would make you think he's suspicious?
Just that he's so
chilling
friendly.
in the middle of the woods.
I
Like
was gonna
basically,
say-
I guess where I was coming from with my role was we're in the middle of the Fangwood where there could be enemies everywhere. We've already
Right.
encountered swarms and creatures, and just because this creature is talking to us doesn't mean. I think Nayari's just suspicious of anyone that's not part of their party.
So
Yeah.
I've never met a centaur before, but I'm sure I've heard stories and I know they're a race of they're sentient. They're a people.
Yeah,
So
there are
hobgoblin?
race of there
Yeah,
are race of
hobgoblins are as
creatures
well.
that
Hobgoblins are sentient.
there
Yeah,
are a
but
race
the-
of creatures that are native to Nirmathos.
Right. And so I think that Aiden, if anything, is actually kind of excited. He's been in the forest for a long time, but I don't think he's actually met a centaur before. So I think that he's actually immediately trusting. You know, they're creatures of the woods. You know, and so I don't think that he's put off by any of this. And so he's going to approach, and will be like, I don't think that we as a group want to impose on your meal. I must say, it is an honor to meet you. My name is, what is his name? Aiden.
This is who we send to make contact. I am, who am I?
So again, so this conversation hasn't barely even started. So I'm not going to say that you have suddenly noticed like, oh, he's a shady person. I'll let you know that you can, with those sense motive rolls and just looking at him, he doesn't look like he's not dressed like a normal centaur. So like the normal centaurs of the Nirmathi plains have like, they're very tribal. They often wear like feathers and whatnot. And he's not wearing that sort of tribal getup. He's got like his human torso has like, leather clothing on. So he doesn't look like a tribal centaur, but that's all that I
Yeah,
think I could reasonably
I'm just
give
gonna
you with what you've noticed of
remain
him.
distant and suspicious.
I join.
And he-
Go ahead.
Yep, he responds to Aiden. He says, Aiden, what did you say again?
Nice to meet you. I'm Aiden. We don't mean to trouble you.
He says, oh, it's no trouble at all. My name is York. And he says, it's no trouble at all. And he says, I've got plenty of food here. And he takes one of the apples out of his bag here. And he has like a sack full of these apples, and he's got some barley in front of him. And he takes one of these apples and he starts eating it. And he's just like, by all means, I've just started the meal here. And, normally I'm out here all alone. And, if any of you are hungry, by all means, you can have a seat with me and we can chat. I don't know. Again, I don't normally see your kind around here. It's kind of interesting. Normally your kind stays out of the forest.
He'll take an apple if it's been offered to him, and
Sure.
instead of eating it himself, he's actually going to go over and pet Jasper, and then offer him an apple, and then kind of like talk over his shoulder a little bit and turn to look when he's done, kind of thing, as he's talking.
Sure.
Actually, we already ate this morning, but although I'm very grateful, if you don't mind the company, though, we could explain our situation to you. As you said, it's not common that many are here. I aim to be a ranger, and they frequent these woods, but most people do not. And he'll go and take a seat once he's finished giving the apple.
I'm sorry, I was looking up something again. What did you say?
Nothing. He just takes. He finishes up with the apple, comes and he sits down. And he says, "Like, we've already eaten, blah blah blah. But if you don't mind the company, we could explain our situation to you. Yes, it's not common that people are out this far in the Fangwood, kind of thing." Was the gist.
He says, well, yes, by all means. I mean, if you are not hungry, then I'll just keep some of this here for myself. Then it'll last me the journey back home just fine. Or if you'd like to take some with you, that's fine as well. Yes, by all means, if you'd like to explain your story, I'm open ears. I'm willing to hear anything that you want to say. I'm just curious. I come by this path every once in a while to gather some supplies, and I've never really come across your type before. And I understand if you are busy, you have places to be, of course, and if you'd rather just be on your way, that's fine.
I think Aiden's going to look to the rest of the party to fill in the details on this because he wasn't there, so he assumes they'll explain it best.
I bring out my tea supplies again, and I say, well, this isn't an easy story to tell. It may require a more relaxing beverage. Would you care to join me?
Oh, by all means.
So I use his fire to start brewing the tea and explain
Okay.
to him the details of the raid on Phaendar.
Okay. Yep. You're brewing his tea, and he grabs another apple and starts eating that, and he finishes up his barley, and he kind of sets the sack down to the side, and he's got a backpack of some other, random supplies that he's got, And he listens to this tale, and he's like, "Oh, that's terrible. I mean, I don't really travel by this Phaendar very often. My kind, we tend to stick to ourselves out in the plains, out in the wilds, you might say. But that is truly a harrowing story. I'm sorry for all of your losses. I'm sorry that this has all happened to you."
If you don't mind my asking, where are you from, friend?
He says, "Oh, I'm from a tribe that's out in the plains there. We travel around. We're nomadic. We don't really stick in one place, as my kind tends to be. I don't know if you know anything about centaurs, but we tend to move around quite a bit. And I come in here again every once in a while to gather supplies from the forest. We don't really have the type of foliage out in the plains that you might find here." And then he shows you the apple that he's currently eating, and he's like, "You don't find these out in the plains very often. You have to come into the Fangwood a bit to catch these."
Quite delicious.
Iden at some point in that will. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Andrew.
I just said quite delicious. That's all.
Yeah, he'll make in a passing comment. Like he also he's only ever heard stories of centaurs, so he'll make that passing remark and say that he had even heard you in the woods. He didn't even know you were from the plains, kind of thing. Like this is all new to him, and that it's nice to meet him.
Yes, it is nice to meet you as well.
Could I ask another question of you, sir? Do you know of anywhere we could find supplies for our camp?
He hands him some tea.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid I might not know too many details. I don't go too far into the forest here. Let me think for a second. And he's thinking about and he's like, "Well, I mean, I have heard of, there's hunters in the area, and I mean, I tend to stay away from them. I think it's too easy for a hunter to mistake me for something that I'm not. So I don't tend to get too close to their areas. I mean, there's some caves to the northeast of here, and I think they're currently being held by a tribe of creatures there, a tribe of lizard people. I'm not really sure what they are, but there's a cave over there, and it's, as far as I'm aware, it looks pretty spacious from the outside at least, but I don't know. You'd probably have to clear out its current residents in order to use that as a home."
Do we have a map?
Probably not. No.
Where are we? We're the direct east. I don't remember anything being to the direct east.
Nothing was mentioned. No.
What can I call this place?
You can call this place part of the Fangwood Forest.
Place where we met the centaur.
Yeah. Just because there's an icon doesn't mean it's a location. It just means there's some sort of point of entry.
But is there like a landmark I could identify it by in the future?
You mean as Iden?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a small path that you could maybe. It looks like it's probably the path that he uses regularly to go in and out.
So it doesn't look like he goes any further into the forest from this point?
No, it looks like this is about as far in as he tends to go.
Then I shall dub it Centaur's Meeting. Be the name of this place.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys want to do here with this conversation, or are you just going to continue speaking for a while and then maybe head out on your own? Or
go ahead, Sarah.
Well, I was just going to say Nayari is not really participating in the conversation and is kind of standing off to the side, like being respectful, but also a little impatient and wanting to just move on.
Orange really excited about the caves.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Stones.
Really, really excited about the caves. Giddy even.
What about the lizard people in said caves?
Bonus.
So,
2 for 1.
2 for 1.
Iden, before apologizing for having to leave quickly, will ask humbly as if he can, but I'm sure it comes across poorly. Like, do you have any supplies you could part with? Anything that could help? These people are really hurting.
Yes, of course. Yes, I've got plenty of supply. Well, not plenty. I've got enough for myself, but it'll probably last you folks a couple days. I And then I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not sure how to say the joke. I was gonna have him joke about how since he's a horse, he eats more than you guys, but I'm not sure how to have that joke land, so we can pretend that it was funny. And
No, yeah, he'll chuckle and then make probably an unintentionally racist, but a passing remark like, "Yeah, Jasper eats a bunch." Think he only needs feed,
yeah,
kind of thing. But it probably leaves like a poor taste. It's like, I'm not a horse, I am a centaur, kind of feeling.
yeah. So he opens up that sack and he takes out. So he has a sack full of like again apples and whatnot. He takes about maybe he'll take a quarter of them for himself, and he'll let you guys take the other 3/4 that he had with him.
Yeah, Aiden will be like, "You are more than kind.
Most generous.
Nermathis thanks you, and I pray that the gods serve you well in your future. You and your people be treated well with kindness for the kindness you showed us today."
He says, "Well, I hope that you guys have a good time exploring the forest, a good adventure. I hope that you're able to reclaim your lost town there."
May our paths cross again, friend, but under better circumstances.
Of
Your
course.
name once more.
York.
Yorick. Like that?
YORC.
Oh, just York. YRs.
York.
Okay. Exchange final pleasantries and go on our way. How much were we able to garner? Whatever he hands us, I attach to a satchel on the side of Jasper.
Yeah, you can just say.
That's the place.
So all that he gave you was like most of what he gave you were just apples, so they aren't like there's no water or anything like that. But you can write in that you're carrying. For now, just write a sack of apples while I later after this session figure out exactly how much it is.
And how much it'll weigh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll figure that out, but just write down a sack of apples for now.
Sarah, you can write it if you want, but I've put it in Jasper's inventory.
Okay.
I have so many horse jokes that if I was Frampton and not Oren, I would have made during that encounter.
I did love that the lack of inspiration failed to strike the both of us in the moment, so we're just like, so I tell a joke.
If I was Frampton, I had so many lined up. Just so many.
Yeah. Like, and
Save
I
those,
also-
back pocket those.
Justin,
Yeah.
you every time you say that, Jason adds another NPC enemy capable of killing you to the roster.
Although
So
he's
Yeah,
probably
just be
like,
York, don't be disagreeable. I wouldn't want you to be a naysayer.
And just so you know, for your own reference, like those are perishable. Like he picked those a while ago, so those aren't going to last very long.
he went through the bag and only gave us the ones with bruises
Yeah,
and
he
like
gave
wormholes in
he
them.
gave you the worst ones, so they're not going to last forever.
Okay. Sounds good.
I mean,
That's
like
breakfast.
wild apples. I don't know how long wild apples last, but
As we
Probably
walk
better-
away, I
it's
go,
probably
man,
better
that
to
guy
go
was a
through.
real nightmare. Shh. No, nothing.
Wow.
All right.
It's
Alright.
it
Tough
was
crowd.
good.
Tough crowd.
I'm sorry.
Tough
He
crowd.
was a nice centaur.
Tough crowd.
I went ahead and added as a side quest to explore the caves of the northeast of Centaur's Meeting, which is inhabited by lizard people.
okay.
Oh.
Andrew dubbed that New York City. So that's the location.
Oh, okay.
I was
But
making a
there-
joke on his name. I wasn't saying we should name it that, but
Nope,
Well-
that's too late.
Maybe we just
Too
call
late.
it York City, since there's no new to have happened yet. So it'll be York
Okay, so we have what, 2 more spaces? 1 more space?
2.
You have 2 more spaces left.
Should we
So
go?
are we all in agreement? To the caves! Or no?
Yeah, so northeast, should we go 6?
Aiden, he mentioned lizard people. Does that ring a bell with him?
No.
Okay. Well, it does leave some moral reservations about taking other people's provisions if they truly live there, you know.
none
so-
of us would be able to do a knowledge nature check on that.
Doesn't hurt to go talk.
Theros might, but I think it's too far into the forest for Iden to be able to make one.
Take it away, Theros.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Oh.
Let me just see what I'm dealing with here.
A 22. That's what you're dealing with.
So, what are you trying to identify? The creatures
Do I
or
know
the
anything
location?
about the creatures?
That's a knowledge local.
Oh, I don't have that.
Well, shoot.
Well, it does reveal that they are humanoid.
We can just go talk to him.
Maybe
That's
we
fine
can
with me.
share the caves. Maybe
Yeah.
the caves are big enough that they can take on another 25 people.
Yeah,
You
maybe,
mean maybe this town is big enough for the both of us?
maybe they're not
100%.
hostile lizard people.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's go to number 6.
You know, if
Here?
Jason, if you
Yes.
make them hostile, you're enforcing a negative lizard people stereotype.
I think you have an ethical responsibility as both a GM and a writer in some ways to consider how your choices in your story impact people's perceptions. Like, how are you going to tell me that's not racist?
We are handling so many
Yeah, just
horrible
because
topics this
just
session.
because Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person doesn't mean all people are lizard.
Oh my gosh. Swastikas. Mark Zuckerberg.
On a lighter note, do you guys think York had a stable job?
Just ignoring Orin, we continue through the forest.
Is he like saying these as we're walking? Kind of like he has them like post the conversation. He's kind of got his little notebook
note.
that he. It's like, that was pretty funny.
Next joke.
He's just, as they come to him, he says them and then writes them down.
Right. Yep.
He's got his little journal out, just writing this whole time.
Right. Writing jokes.
Adorable. All right, do we find anything here?
Nope. There's nothing in
Alright.
that spot.
So 6
Real
again.
quick, I was just saying, are we going
one.
to the Hunter's Lodge, the Hermit, or trying to get to the caves? What is your?
I'm all about the caves right now.
Hunter's
like,
Lodge
narrow
could be
vision.
somewhere around here, right? Maybe.
Well, he said
Yeah.
northeast, so it'd be this way.
That's where the caves would be, right? But what about the Hunter's Lodge?
Yeah. I was
Um,
thinking Hunter's Lodge to get the party or
Yeah, we need
the
to
camp moved
get. Mhm.
and then check out the caves because I don't want to show up at the caves and
The
have
Hunter's
to
Lodge
kill a
is
bunch of people.
northeast of here, so probably another 6 will get us hopefully within the vicinity somewhere in there.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought the caves were this way because I got my east and west mixed up.
That is okay, Sarah. My only concern is stumbling around in the dark is gonna be rough. We have an overland map, but realistically, trying to gain a sense of direction, especially without other things to aid you. Though I have a compass, that's true. Will be a little bit more tough. I have a compass though, so I'm gonna ignore what I just said.
Did
and
the
yeah, let's-
centaur happen to tell us like how far the caves were? Like rough estimate, not exact.
He would have told you that the caves are much deeper into the forest.
much deeper. Okay.
Yeah, they're not nearby.
So would you say like maybe 8 hexes deep? Is that what he would have told us?
maybe all the way up
10
here. Maybe
hexes deep?
An exact number of hexes deep.
I doubt that he will give us miles.
Can we
so-
extrapolate to hexes?
No, it is a ways away.
So in terms of hexes, how many?
More than 2.
More than 2.
So I think we should try to find the Hunter's Lodge first,
Agreed.
get the camp to a better shelter, and then we'll do some more exploring outward.
I agree. Let us find the Hunter's Lodge.
All right, so is that a 5 or a 6?
Either of those are fine with me. I vote 6, however.
6.
Sure. I'm in.
Sure.
I do worry about overshooting, though, is the only thing.
Same.
So let's go 5. And we can figure it out.
You want to
tomorrow.
roll for it?
Oh, well.
Okay, we did
Oh.
6.
6 it is.
I right-clicked and it wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to do that, but
It's fine.
That's
That's why I
alright.
said it. I don't think you can cancel a reveal.
somebody had
which is
said
stupid.
6 and I was all the way through, and then somebody all of a sudden said 5, and I was like, okay.
That's fine.
It's all good.
We
We'll,
will.
we'll put a final decision button that we have to press. And here we'll be like, final decision. 1 for yes. Boom. I'm kidding, obviously.
So that's
Alright.
the final movement of the day.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll set up our camp again and
Bed
hope-
down for the night, take our survival rolls, set up camp, give it a perimeter, another
4 days.
40 minutes.
Oh, geez, guys, we're gonna get back to the camp. It's gonna be gone. Everyone's.
I don't
gonna
know
be dead.
about that, but I am worried about.
I'm very
Just-
concerned. 4 days. Is this 4 days since the incident at Phaendar, or is this 4 days since we last left the
This is
camp?
4 days.
4 days since we started here, so there will be 4 rounds of NPC action.
Oh my gosh, this
5 or
is bad.
6 days since we're
Okay,
not in
we
bed.
need to get back. Okay, we will rest.
Kind of coming back empty-handed, though, to be honest.
Okay. What are you guys all doing then for the night there? Are you eating your rations? Or-
survival for food.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
do the same thing. We'll have
I
Orin
would
hunt.
probably. I'll help Orin. I'll help Orin hunt. If
I'll set
I
up the
can.
perimeter and the tents and give myself a hammock.
I'll tell Volus to hunt.
Ooh, maybe we get a little bit more for a couple of days.
And we have apples, so we probably should eat those before they go bad.
Right. So we'll.
Yeah, you do have the apples. You know that they're not perishable like your rations are. So you could
they
eat
are
those.
perishable.
They
The
will
apples
go bad.
are
Yeah.
perishable. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they will go bad, whereas your normal rations wouldn't. And you can go hunting for other food as well. I'm just wondering what you guys are doing. So you rolled survival checks. So are you gonna eat what you hunt then?
I think we're looking for a
Save
big,
that.
big to medium game this time, and maybe something that we can start thinking about drying on our way back. Although, how long can you have meat out before it goes bad?
In
Not long.
the conditions of the Fangwood, probably not at all.
Even though it's
Yeah.
winter, it's not cold enough to like put in ice or snow. Maybe it's not that cold.
It's like the end of winter. It's not. You're not like in the dead of winter with snow everywhere. Like
Yeah.
it's colder than normal, but it's not.
Okay, so I mean, we'll eat the meat and apples together, and if we lose stuff, we lose stuff. But at least we'd have more than not enough.
Sure.
I forage for canned goods.
Okay.
Roll
yeah.
for beef jerky.
Yeah, I look for beef jerky pre-made.
All right.
I don't know
so-
in the real world though how long you can leave you can hang a deer for 5 to 7 days. I knew that, but I don't know before you actually like skin it and care for it. Because like
So-
when you hang a deer. it's
Ooh,
cool.
wait.
So you guys are bedding down for the night. You guys doing any watches, or you just?
I think as long as we're not, yeah, I think we should do watches. Nairi can take a first watch maybe.
I still
Okay.
use the tripwire even if we're setting up watches, just in case anyone accidentally dozes off or they don't notice something. At least give us a moment to react.
So
Sure.
too late for this, but I can purify rotten, spoiled food moving forward. I mean, we already decided what we're going to do for tonight, but moving forward, if we hunt and have extra provisions, I can.
Yeah, with purified food and drink, you can make spoiled food not.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's
we
handy.
can just hang on to it, and even if it's spoiled when we get back, I can be like, it's fresh again.
Oh
That's
man,
very-
me as a person would be like, I'm sure it's fine, but just the thought of it is.
Listen, we
Yeah.
won't tell anybody. We won't tell
Yeah,
anybody.
right.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. And I can only carry so much with me, or Jasper can only carry so much. But it's
Right.
good to know too
Yeah,
that we can
just in the
maybe
future.
put some game on him,
Yep.
like 2 medium-sized deer or a couple of small game.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's kind of confusing because it then says this spell does not prevent subsequent natural decay or spoilage. So it sounds like it's a one-time thing at best.
Mhm.
Right.
It's only
So
an orphan,
you-
so.
Tell us how that works when we get to that point, Jason.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
to your discretion.
We'll let you deal with the magical mumbo jumbo. We'll get the food.
So as you guys finish up and start setting up camp, I want everybody to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, just a flat check.
Yep.
Oh,
That is bad.
that's not great. Oh, that's not great.
Roll above a 10.
I am snoring inside
Oh
my tent.
no!
Okay.
Should I roll one
I think
for
this
Volus?
is random I think this is random encounter territory, essentially,
Let me just
Probably.
check something here.
because it's a flat check. I think it's
That same centaur comes back and says, "You know, by the way, roll for initiative."
I meant to kill you.
I knew it. I will
Guys,
scream
no.
that as I get up.
It's too
I
negative.
knew
He
it!
comes back and he's like, you know what? I forgot. There's a huge cache of supplies just north of here, with enough to feed an
That's
entire
too
village.
No, that's too optimistic for this game.
It's like, actually, let me provide you with one of my own limbs.
Oh my god!
That'll serve you for a day.
Oh
Okay.
no! Oh no!
So you guys finish up eating, and a minute later,
Is this
everyone.
nighttime? Sorry, nighttime?
This is just as you guys are finishing up your
The dinner?
evening
Okay.
meal.
Okay.
A minute after you guys are finished, you're like putting the food away, and all of a sudden, all of you except for Aiden start feeling really woozy. And you know, a couple more minutes go by, and you're just like having a really hard time focusing. And eventually, all of you except Aiden collapse and fall unconscious.
Like
Did we
carbon
eat apples?
monoxide poisoning? Like they just boop.
Did we all eat those apples?
As this happens, Aiden, roll a perception check.
What about my horse, Jasper?
Dead.
Volus?
Your horse, Volus rolled there. I think one of those rolls was for Volus.
Yeah. So I should roll for Jasper.
So he's unconscious.
Dead.
I think Jasper is fine.
Wow. So me and my horse are fine, and the rest of the party goes down. That is wild. And I'll give you your perception check here. You ever been nervous before? This is what it feels like.
Okay. So you're seeing this, and you see all of them just kind of collapse all at the same time. And as that happens, you fail to hear the sound coming from behind of horse hooves.
So, question, not the metagame. He fed
Yep.
that apple to his horse while we were at the campfire.
Yep.
Like, at his campfire.
Yep.
Okay.
I rolled a secret D20, and he rolled a natural 19.
Oh
Alrighty.
no.
That is
That
awful.
little
You
horse.
stupid horse. I
You
deliberately gave it to the horse.
Right?
Like, I
I
don't
was
know-
like, I knew you did. I was like, he
Yeah.
gave it to the horse on purpose.
Yeah, like
I rolled
I
a
played
D20
it
in
off.
chat. I can show you. It's a
Oh.
natural
Nope, it's fine.
19.
No, it's great because I didn't even like in the conversation like say I'm gonna lie or ask for a bluff or anything. I just was like, so I do this. kind of
See,
thing.
Orin and I, we
When
knew.
Ord wakes up, he's going to be very cross. Very cross.
I do have to say, I'm
If
not
we wake up-
mad about it.
If we
but
wake
I
up,
do like the fact that Jason's like, oh, by the way, the
Okay, so
apples,
you didn't hear the hooves.
they're
He's like,
perishable.
"What?"
So if you want to use them, you should use them now. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
What
they
is
are.
it? What is it about this guy that you're so suspicious of?
Yeah,
He's
that's the
just a
thing.
centaur.
And we can talk about this, but I was thinking about it. When you guys rolled the check, there was literally nothing that could possibly have been considered out of the ordinary with
It's a
that other than
centaur, a mythical creature in the middle of the
yeah,
Fangwood.
but your
That's-
sense motiving, you did a sense motive on him before he had said anything, basically, except for hello.
I
So
didn't
it's like,
trust
is he lying? Is he evil because he said hello? So that's why I ruled that you guys don't notice anything at that time.
That's
And
fair.
from that moment onwards, he never lied to you guys.
Yeah.
He even gave us food. And his only thing that stood out to me where he's like, well, you could go and remove the lizards from the caves. And my thought was like, that's a little colonially. You know, we're not the British Empire, but maybe we'll go talk
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is like I could have said like while you guys were talking like maybe he wasn't terribly surprised by what you guys were saying about Phaendar, for instance. But the thing is that he's a centaur. He probably might not care about things. So I was just having a really hard time
Sure.
rectifying that sense motive at that point in time is all.
Yeah.
No, I think, and Aiden, I played him exactly how I think he would. I mean, he's fascinated. He's never met a centaur before. Like I said, he's only heard stories. He doesn't even know where they're from. So for him, it was a literal honor to meet them. However, now he's about
So
to
what's
get impaled
on a skewer as he charges, and I fail to hear him before it's too
Question,
late.
is the
I
music
turn,
working for anybody?
and he's got a couched lance, and so I will instantly die. I'm excited for
Is the
this.
music working?
What did you?
I'm not hearing any music. No.
Yeah, I think the
No,
bot stopped working.
Altogether? Oh yeah, it's not playing anything.
Yeah, I keep trying to get it to play stuff and resume, and it says player's not paused. Is there a way to eject
Well-
it from the chat? And
Well,
Yeah.
I think it won't matter because I think he's gonna end the session here.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Jerk.
that is where we're going to end the
Okay.
session.
Like a jerk, like an absolute mad evil person who hates what is good in life and just wants us to suffer. So you're telling me you're gonna leave us with all of the party down and me being set upon by a charging centaur?
Yes.
it's like a television show.
Everybody
you-
roll 1d3, except for Aiden.
No, that's how many rounds. Oh, that's really no. Guys,
Uh-oh.
I am going to
I'm
die.
gonna be very cross when I wake up.
1, 2, 3. A B C, easy as 1, 2, 3.
Let me just take
And roll
this
for bullets
here.
now.
Oh yeah.
Andrew,
Huh?
get that one. Get that one. I looked the wrong way when I was trying to glare.
What did you ask me to do, Jason?
Nothing. I was saying that I had to get something here.
Oh.
but it's
He's got to
giving
roll
me
a secret chat. Do you want us to? You want me to roll or describe the end scene because we kind of just was reacting to it before it was fully said.
Go ahead and read that.
That's really bad.
3 hours?
That's really bad.
Maybe he just
They-
wants to loot us.
He
not
gave them
really-
oil of Taggett.
I believe that is correct. Yes.
So you had them roll a flat check and not a fortitude save, because
Yeah. Instead of saying everybody roll a fortitude save, I just had everybody roll a d20. You guys can go back and add to make sure I did it right, but I think all of you failed. a
Yeah,
DC
there's no
15.
way. There's no way. Mine was so
Really?
low.
all of you didn't pass a 15. Is my fortitude's not that good. It's only a 4.
You're the
Mine's
only
a
one that
5,
rolled
but I rolled a
double
4.
digits.
Yeah, I rolled super low.
Wow.
My fortitude's a 5 as well.
Well, if he decides to coup de grace, I've got a backup.
Wait, and so my horse rolled a nat 19 earlier.
Yep.
I want to
Stupid.
swear at you so bad.
So Theros, is that +5? Are you including the poison resistance?
No.
So if you have a +1 against poison, that would give you a +6. So your 9 would have actually exactly met the DC. Am I correct at that?
If that's the case, Oren gets a +2 as well, because I don't think his
Correct.
has
That would be
that.
15.
Oren wasn't, and I didn't
Still a
even bother
13.
looking at Oren's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would
you got a-
have been a 13 because I have a 7 for 4.
Yeah, so actually because of that cloak of resistance,
Oh,
Theros is up as well.
I think I wasn't selfish about that, because I really did want that close.
So the two people that were suspicious are the ones that are unconscious.
Or like, delicious apples. Nom, 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 nom,
Wow.
nom.
So yeah,
So
describe
smart.
this final scene to us as we figure out who's actually awake and how we're not interrupting you as you explain the final scene.
So since Theros is awake, I'll let him roll a perception check as well for this.
So
Because I had Aiden roll and he failed the opposed
Yep.
check because York rolled a natural 19. Okay, so York with a natural 19 gets a stealth check of 26.
Whew.
He has charged
So-
it though.
As he's charging into the camp, in the surprise round, Theros will be able to act, but we will do that next week. But you guys are sitting there as the rest of the group just kind of collapses, and you're confused. And as your attention draws there, only Theros hears the stomping of a stomping of horse hooves coming suddenly from the edge of the forest as he charges in with a long sword in hand.
Oh dear.
And that'll be the end of that session this week.
Well
So
done,
what's
Jason.
what's
Thank
a
you.
what's a cure save? What is that?
So some things have 2. So for example, for how many cure saves it takes is how many successful times you have to beat the DC to then recover from it. So if you have a disease that happens more often on, so like for example, let's say you have ghoul fever, that requires 2 consecutive saves, and you get a check once per day. So on day 1, if you pass, you have 1 level of success. On day 2, you have to pass again. If you don't, you go back to 0, and so it takes that much time. And this one, it means that it's a cure and it's a poison, right, Jace?
Yep.
So that means it only takes 1 successful save, and then you wouldn't have been poisoned at all. Now you failed your save, and so I don't know if it'll ask you to roll again, but I don't think it will. I think you're
No,
just
there's no
unconscious.
consecutive effects. It's either
Yeah.
you save or you don't.
Or you
So
don't.
you're literally just unconscious for an hour minimum.
We have 1 antitoxin in the inventory. Great. I don't know if that would
And even
work,
that,
but-
mechanically, that won't do anything.
really.
Because all it does is it gives you a +5 on your next save, and they won't get another save. They already failed.
Wait, I also have a question. So this is a poison. It's not a sleep effect of any kind.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
They're not asleep. They're unconscious.
They're unconscious, which that also we can deal with that later. Oh man, this is gonna be a real
Bummer.
situation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a real situation.
Well, I think Justin and I will have a great time next session.
Yeah. Just
We'll just
Justin's
watch you
like,
guys
I
work.
can't wait to
Yeah.
bring out Frampton.
pretty much all the jokes.
It's probably your fault. He was probably listening to all your jokes and he got really angry and decided to kill us.
Are you sure horses don't have a -5 to their fortitude save? I'm gonna look up the stat block.
Why do you want your horse to be unconscious?
No, because it would have been earlier. It's a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're. I
It's to
see.
try and keep us from
Having been
Listen.
To avoid
caught
the
with our
inevitable.
pants down.
It was our fault for eating those stupid apples. So,
their
I've
fortitude
accepted it.
is a +6 in case anybody wanted to know. So well done,
Well-
Jason. Thank you for another great session. So grateful.
Yes.
No, I do think it was.
he's really mad about the end capper. That's what it is. You know,
No.
Nyari just
He-
like cleaved it in two. And
He sent me he whispered to me after that, and I don't know if I can find it. He was like stinking ×3 crits. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it was a ×3. Sorry.
I love the behind the scenes though, dealing with the horse thing, because since you didn't ask for a roll or didn't do anything, Josh is just like, okay, so life is like hunky dory, so I'm just gonna keep moving on like that's the case. But you rolled a secret check, you evil individual.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, everyone. I had lots of fun
Thanks,
as
guys.
always.
Oh, wait.
What?
This isn't.
what?
No, never mind. I
Once-
have
once
to
we're-
talk to Jason about something. It's not what I thought it was. I'll tell you when it comes up. It could have come up earlier today and I forgot it, and I thought it would work. Now it won't. It's a one of the feats that I took that I've been keeping secret,
I see.
Oh.
but it'll come up later.
Well, I don't have any secrets except that we also have to do 4 NPC actions, so remember
Yep.
that too.
Yep, we'll have to do a lot of NPC actions this week.
Yep,
Cool.
so we will meet. Let me know what days work for you. I'll try to keep my schedule free. Oh, here's another thing. I will be so freaking busy. I hopefully will be able to swing Tuesday. I'm gonna try to put in a bit for my boss so that happens. We'll see about next week. The new HeroClix set came in, so starting Friday, I will be working doubles. If it doesn't come in Friday, that means starting Monday I'll be working doubles, and there's no way I could do Tuesday. So hope that the shipment comes in early, and hope that it doesn't take us a long time to go through. But I'll keep you all posted.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
You just want to prolong your death, but it's a coming.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my goal. I really did want to commit to meeting weekly. I forgot. The only thing that can ruin my Tuesdays is the occasional HeroClix set, but that ruins my whole week.
Maybe he
And
won't.
that's only once a quarter.
Maybe
so.
he won't kill us. Maybe he just wanted to knock us unconscious to
He
take
was
us
well
somewhere else.
dressed. Yeah, he might just want to rob us.
Who knows?
If he takes that chain shirt,
I was gonna say,
we're gonna have a problem.
even if he robs us, that's pretty bad.
Now, you can't carry everything. I mean,
Sure.
a horse,
But we got so much good stuff.
We will hunt him down. I
I
don't
was gonna
care
say,
how
we'll
many
hunt
days.
him down. We'll kill all the centaurs. All of them.
I think
They're
that you
probably-
guys.
Jason
would
is like,
to do that.
yes, good. I can feel your hatred.
Adventure path completely changes. We forget about the campsite. We don't care about the hobgoblins. It's strictly centaur justice after this. Like,
Just go John Wick.
Are centaurs magical beasts?
Nope.
That's too bad.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Alrighty then.
yeah.
goodbye.
This is fun.
Thanks, Jason. It was
Yeah,
another
Yeah,
fun
thank
session.
you. That was
No, I don't mean
beautiful.
that. I don't mean that jokingly. No, seriously.
Yeah, no, I think it was very well handled. I think
Yeah.
that I want to thank everyone. We had some genuine
Yeah.
roleplay moments that did not feel like everyone was bored. Sometimes when
Yeah.
you roleplay, you can get insecure that the rest of the table just wants to get on and go kill more things, and I don't ever feel that
Sure.
with you guys, so
Oh,
I
no.
appreciate that.
Sorry, I don't care about that. So
I'm
you guys
partial.
can be bored. I don't care.
I'm more partial to the RP side, I think, after this experience than I am to the combat. The combat's still a blast, but yeah,
Mhm.
doesn't
Oh,
ever
I
bother
do think
me.
the combat is a blast. I wasn't joking when I said the fight that we had. I thought was really good because